Good morning, everyone. My name is Richard Wright. I'm an educational technologist from UNISA. And today, who's also joining us is David Harpestad from Midlands region. He's the DLA, and also Dr. Pumza from Professional Development. So first off, today in this session is all about the Invigilator app. So just a note for those that's using the Iris app, this is not the session that we will be covering Iris. This is just the Invigilator app. So make sure in your modules that you are here, that you are using the Invigilator app and not the Iris app. So the session we will start off with just a quick presentation, an overview of the app, a quick demo, how to use the app. We're just through slideshows. So please have your devices ready so that you can also do the demo during this session, or even if you haven't downloaded the app, that you can download it now. In the chat, the meeting chat, you can ask any questions. The team will have a look at the questions and answer as many questions as possible. After the presentation, we will have a Q&A session that is led by David. So just to get started, let's start with an overview of what is the Invigilator app and why do we need the Invigilator app. So it's all about academic integrity. So you would know when you went to go to a physical venue and you had to write exams, there was the invigilators walking up and down, and they would check your ID. They will check, make sure your ID is aligned with the photo is actually you on that document. And they will also make sure that you're not getting any assistance or using any scripts during the exam that you're doing. So, and this is necessary to maintain the integrity for the course, because you don't want to find out that once you complete it, that the professional bodies don't recognize the course. So this is how it makes sure that they are recognized and the integrity of the whole course is maintained. So remember, when it comes to the Invigilator app, it's a separate app. It's created by a third party. It's not made by UNISA. It's UNISA is basically in partnership with the Invigilator app, and there is a lot of universities in South Africa currently using the app for online examination. The app was actually originally designed by the University of Johannesburg, but has now become a private company just to provide the service. So with this, you have to maintain it's two separate platforms that you're going to be using. The one is still the UNISA platform where you submit and receive your examination. The Invigilator app is just there to do the invigilation. So that's why it's very important on the day you must already know on your exam dates that you know how the app works and you have downloaded and you have done a demo of the app. So during the session, at the end of the session, we will share a lot of resources as well for training videos, where you can also see how to do the demo, how to install the app, and also who to contact when you have problems with the app. So remember, when you have problems with the Invigilator app itself, you won't be contacting UNISA, you will be contacting the Invigilator support team. Well, if you're having problems, say with the My UNISA, My Exams portal, we have to download your exam paper. That you will then contact your college that you are in which you're enrolled. So just to re-emphasize this is very important. So when you go and you write your exams on the My Exams portal for UNISA, you're going to download your examination paper on the My Exams portal. You're going to upload your exam paper to the exam portal. The app will also ask you to take photos of your paper and upload that for the invigilator when it's a written exam. So you have to upload it to both platforms. A lot of students in the last semester, they uploaded just on the app thinking, oh, they submitted. That doesn't count because UNISA academics doesn't necessarily have access to the scanned in documents that you made with the Invigilator app. And just also on the devices, the Invigilator uses smartphones, so you have to have a smartphone. And it's preferable that you use two devices. So you're doing your examination online, then preferably have a laptop or desktop where you can do your examination, and then use the phone just for the invigilation. Now, just a note on this. So, okay, so you can still access the learning management system through the app if you only have one device, but then you really have to just practice beforehand to make sure that you are able to access the exam portal. Just on the types of assessments, there are two types of assessments. The right one is more a written assessment that you will write, for instance, on a piece of paper, or you would do it in a Word document, and you have to then upload your script to the exam portal and to the Invigilator. Multiple choice questionnaires works a bit different. These are usually performed directly on MyUnisa. We go and fill in the multiple choice questions, and the difference here is you won't upload any documents to the app if you're doing multiple choice questions. On the MyUnisa exam portal, where you are asked, one of the questions will give you a code, and that code you need to insert into the app, but we will have a look at that as well. So just remember to make sure also before you approach your exam to know exactly, is it a written exam that you're going to need to scan and upload, or is it a multiple choice one that you can also then easily do on the app if you only have one device, but you will can still use the two devices, but you will then also receive a code that you need to enter at a certain time. So just here, just the scanning window. So remember, you can start off the assessment 15 minutes prior to the examination. It will run, and it will also give you 15 minutes afterwards if you need to scan and upload any documents. With the multiple choice, it will, as mentioned, you won't need to upload, but it will ask you for a PIN. While with if you have a script, and even if you wrote it on your laptop, for instance, you still need to take pictures of your laptop screen with the script so that they can make sure what you uploaded to UNISA is the same as what you were invigilated for. So as mentioned, there is an in-app browser. It's called accessing your LMS. If you might know that LMS stands for Learning Management System. So different universities use different learning management systems. In our case, our learning management system is MyUnisa. Now, just to note here, when you click the in-app browser, it will take you to MyUnisa, but the exams are written on the exams portal. So on the landing page, you have to then click on the button to access the exam portal. So you can use one device, but preferably, as mentioned, please, if you can use a different device for the exams, use a laptop or desktop for the MyUnisa side, and the Invigilator that runs on its own. Just to remember, the app must run all the time. So from the start, when you start the app, it has to run for the duration of the examination. So basically all you do is you start the app, you scan in your code, it starts running. You can put it on the side, it will notify you when it needs any inputs from your side. So just a note here as well. So when the app needs connectivity to the internet when it starts and when you upload. So if you want to avoid interruptions during the time, you can put it on flight mode, but you can only put it on flight mode once you start, and then take it off flight mode once you're going to upload, because then it needs internet activity. During that time, the app just runs on your phone, and it doesn't need any connection during that period. So if you experience load shedding, for instance, or interruption in network during that period, it won't affect the app. So just a quick picture. If you look, just get a pointer here. So at the top, it says Access LMS, so that's Learning Management System. In our case, it will take you to MyUnisa. And then on MyUnisa, at the stop bar, one of them is a link. I think it's the second one currently that will take you to the exam portal. So very importantly, as mentioned, when you have problems with the app, you have to contact the Invigilator support team. So the preferred way is with WhatsApp. Just note it's messages that you have to send to the number, and you can't do a voice call. Alternatively, you can go to the website invigilator.app, and they've also got a chatbot on there that can assist you. So always when it's a problem with the app, use these support channels. If it's a problem with the exam portal of UNISA, then you contact the UNISA technical support team. And they are very quick to assist, especially when it's time for your exam. They prioritize people that are currently writing to assist you. So as mentioned, we're going to do a demo. So really, if you've got your mobile device ready, get it ready so long for the demo. We will also look at where you can download the app if you haven't done so already. Now, just importantly, the QR codes that's provided. So this will be provided by your lecturer. Some lecturers provide the code beforehand. Some others provide it on the exam paper. So importantly, it's got two parts. So you can either scan the code, but if you're having problems where your camera doesn't want to scan the code correctly, you can also insert the code directly by typing that in. So just remember, it always has two parts. One is the QR code that you can scan in, and the other one is just the plain text code that you can also type in if you're having difficulties. So where would you find the app? The app has been made available on multiple platforms. So primarily, if you've got an Android device, you would go to the Google Play Store, or if you have got a Wired device, you will go to their store to download. So it really caters for a diverse amount of devices as possible. And obviously, if you're iOS, you will just go to the App Store and download. Just to make sure that if you have any problems where it says you need an update, make sure your phone's software is up to date so that the app can download. If you downloaded the app as well, say last year already, still go and do the demo just before your exam, or not just before, a while before your exam, just to make sure that the app is also updated, because they are developing and improving the app quite rapidly. So you want to make sure that you're on the latest version when you access the app. So please, if you haven't done so, on your mobile device, go to one of the stores and download the app from here. So the first thing that the app will do is then ask you to register. So you'll have to type in your first name, your last name, for instance, make sure your student number is correct. But also importantly, your email that you type in must be your MyLife email address. Do not use your Gmail or any other address. Use your MyLife email address. So this is where it also becomes very important to make sure that you actually got access to your MyLife email before you even attempt to open the app. And remember, people, this you should really do, well in advance of your exam. To make sure all of this is in place so that when it comes to your exam, you don't have to worry about setting up any of these or accessing problems to any of these platforms. So if you, for instance, it says to you, your email is not found, use that support. They will just ask you for confirmation of your registration, and then they will access the app for you. Most people just insert their email addresses and it will go through automatically for that device. Also, very importantly, is to make sure when you select your institution, make sure you select UNISA. There's a lot of institutions listed, all of them using the app. So make sure you select UNISA, and then obviously that you're using your correct student number and your MyLife email address. So these ones are the most important ones that you need to fill in. If you make a mistake with your first name or last name, you don't need to worry about this because they use your email address to associate it with your account with UNISA. So once you install the app, you fill in all the information. You have to accept the terms and conditions for the app. Remember all, information that it does capture the audio, when it asks you to take a photo, it's all kept confidential and secured, and it's only shared with the lecturer that marks your script if they request it. So here's a very important step: is this confirmation PIN that comes through. So this confirmation PIN is sent to your MyLife email address, the email address that you registered for. So you have to go and log into your MyLife email, go and find that email for the PIN when you registered, insert the PIN and verify. If you're not finding the email, please also check the spam on your inbox just to make sure it wasn't perhaps incorrectly flagged as spam or junk mail. Sometimes you will find it there. Alternatively, if you're really getting stuck and it doesn't want to go through, then you can send verification PIN to my cell phone. So this will send you a SMS directly to your phone with the code to insert. So this is all you have to do once off when you install the app the first time. So just here quickly have a look on the email that you will receive. It's to your MyLife email. So you'll have to access your MyLife email and then you have to insert the code that's provided here at the bottom. You can ask resend if you haven't sent it, but if you're really struggling, then just send it to your mobile device. So after you then now verified your account, it will ask you to do some calibrations. So the app will need access to your microphone and your camera. So and be able to play sounds and notifications along the way. So basically it needs to have full access to the device. So the first test they will do is usually where you just have to test your sound and then you have to test your camera. So if we look at, for instance, just the steps that you're going to be walking through, it's just going to take you through the tutorial to set it up. First, it will ask you to have access to your camera, so you have to allow this. If you accidentally, and this steps here, say don't allow, it will give you a warning that it doesn't have access. Then you have to go back to your mobile device setting, and then for the specific app, allow it access to the camera or the microphone. So the next step, it will just ask you to give access to your microphone, ensure that it's working. And then firstly, it will, for initial photo for you to basically be your profile photo, you can basically say. So during the exams, it will ask you to take photos as well. So you will require to insert a master selfie, as I call it. And this is the one that's being used to compare all the other photos that you take during the examination. So make sure that when you take this photo, the area is well lit, your face is clear, you don't have any mask on, for instance. And the same goes for while you are writing the examination, because it automatically detects your facial features and compares it to your master selfie. And if it picks up perhaps any irregularities, then it gets flagged for further investigation. So once you then calibrated, you've got your master selfie, you're basically ready to go. Just quick note, if you get logged out, remember you can log out from the app at the top. If you get logged out, you just have to log in again. Now,
Hi, students. Sorry, Richard's just been disconnected. He's going to rejoin us in the next few minutes. While he's offline, he's just going to reconnect. Just a couple of questions I'm seeing from the chat. I hope you guys can hear me at least. With regards to uploading PDF documents, no, when you do the demo, you guys will see how we actually do it. with regards to the app itself. So the app is going to want you to take some pictures. So when you do the demo, you're actually going to go through some of those steps. So that's what will happen. And then those pictures, the app will then convert in a PDF automatically on its side when it uploads. Okay, so that handles that. But of course, now you guys must remember, there are two things you're going to need to do. The Invigilator app is going to want you to do pictures, and it's got its own process. But you must also remember the exam process that you're also going to be doing. So when you start your exam, you're going to download your exam paper, you're going to use the app, you're going to complete your exam. When you're finished, you're going to then need to upload your exam paper where you downloaded it on the My Exams portal. So that's very important to remember. And then on the app side, it's also going to go through the uploading process on its own. So in essence, guys, there are two different uploads that will happen that you're going to need to complete. Okay, so that's very, very important. The other questions I'm seeing that's coming up is there too. Very good question. Yes, you can use flight mode. That's what we suggest. Or do not disturb, so that no one WhatsApps you or phone calls you or something like that. Because it obviously will pick up if there's any voice, and then of course it will be flagged. Now, don't panic. If for some reason, let's say your little brother or sister comes flying into the room and forgets that you're writing an exam, and of course makes a noise, obviously, yes, it will be flagged, but obviously then also when the lecturers review the recording, they will be able to see, or hear at least in this case, that okay, it was just a minor interruption. There was no exam information passed along. Okay, so then you don't have to worry about that. So don't panic if that event happens, or a noisy neighbor comes next door with his radio blaring. Okay, so don't worry about that. Then the other thing is the uploading process, guys. That's why you need to do the demo. You need to do it as many times that you are totally comfortable with the demo. So make sure we will post it for you in the chat as well, the demo code, and then, yep, do it as many times. Do something else. In other words, like watch some TV, your favorite movie or soapy or something, put the app next to you on your smartphone so that when it beeps, that you'll actually recognize it, and then you'll interact with it, and then you continue watching, just as a way of sort of seeing how does it feel when you're concentrating on something, and the app then will indicate that you need to do something. So just remember the app, it takes about 8 minutes. Okay, so it's going to have a lot of things that you're going to need to do, like a selfie, take a picture of your ID, or take a picture of a selfie yourself, or your script that you're going to do. So yes, it's going to go through those very same steps. We are going to do the demo once Richard is back. So just give him a few minutes. He's just reconnecting, and then we will show you exactly how the whole thing works. So just be patient with us. Sorry, guys. Then Olivia, your MyLife email account, I see you were saying it's giving you an error message when you're trying to join or use the app. Okay, so there you will contact the help desk, the WhatsApp number, and then they will be able to sort it out for you. So then, but please go and do the demo once you're sorted. Another question that came up is the open book exam. Okay, so what will happen, guys, is with your exams, you're going to obviously need to check, do you need to use the app or not? Okay, so that will be really the first question that you're going to do. As Richard explained in the beginning, we're not looking at Iris, we're just looking at the Invigilator app. I'm just going to share my screen quickly. I know MS Teams is a little bit slow because there's so many students joining us today, and we're very grateful that you guys are here. Okay, I'm just going to try and share my screen. Just as I'm waiting, I'm just seeing some of the questions. Yes, the recording is available, guys, on the ADOVH on YouTube. You can actually go see the recording from last week. It's there ready, and you guys can actually see the recordings and all the other resources that we have available on that site, on the YouTube channel. Yes, it is very possible that it will pick up noise, even if it's a noisy neighbor's radio. The app is quite sensitive. It does pick up quite a lot of sounds, like a TV, for example. It'll actually pick it up. I've tried it out. So yeah, you got to try to be in a very quiet zone, but within reason. I mean, someone's radio is not going to give you answers for your exam. That would be cool, but not possible. So yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, there we go. My screen is just taking a bit of time. Okay, so right, on my UNISA's webpage, guys, let me just take you one step back. So I go to UNISA's website. Right, you guys have all done this before, probably millions of times. You go to my UNISA. Okay, great. And then under assignments, you'll see under examinations. This is probably the most important resource that you can access. Okay, essential tips for online exams. So there it is. So it's under assignments and exams, under examinations, and there it is there. That's the little guy you need to look for. So if you click on it, there we go, and it gives you all the resources you possibly can imagine for your online exams. And this is really useful, guys, because if you can go through this, absolutely you won't have any problems. You will know exactly what to do. All right, and you can see all the do's and don'ts and all sorts of information. So work through this. You've got some time, work through it. But of course, today's session is really going to help you a lot. And you can see all the information sitting here. All right, let's have a look quickly at the Invigilator app. Okay, so here we go. Are you back, Richard?
Yes, sorry, when was I cut off?
Gosh, I think you were at the point of the screen. Gosh, what was happening? I just forgot now. Shucks. Okay, let me just finish this piece, Richard, and then you can continue. Let me try and think, where were you? Because it just froze. I think you just handled the aspect of the My Life errors and how students can solve it. I think it's the very next slide.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let me just finish up here quickly, Richard. So students, there is a YouTube video that you can go watch about the Invigilator app that you can go through. So there's the link. And of course, there's another link over here if you just want to check if your module is being catered for. So all you do is, okay, you type in your module code. I'm just going to use one of those obvious ones. You click on search, and then it will tell you, yes, you do need to use it or not. But this information is also on your exam timetable. Okay, so that's also where you can see it. I'm just answering the question about open books, Richard, that I saw in the chat. But again, okay, over back to you, Richard.
Yes, sorry guys, but that's when you run two devices and then the one suddenly drops you. Let me just share the side again. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. Just let me know if we have covered this already. So I take it this is the slide we were at. Okay, David, can you hear me? And you can see the slides. Okay, just open this here as well.
Yes, Richard, you can see the slides and I can hear you. On my side, MS Teams is very slow with regards to sort of navigating in the app. So it's taking a little bit of time.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so basically what we covered is where you register you downloaded the app, and the first thing that you will do is register. So you will insert your first name, your last name. You have to select the institution. Very importantly, you will have to select your input your My Life email address. If you get the error, the email has not been confirmed by university, contact the support as quickly as possible and provide them with your details. They will just ask you to verify with your credentials with your registration, and then they will activate the app for you. So this you do with the Invigilator app support team. So just a quick look through the registration on the app. Make sure that you selected, sorry, let me just do this one here. Make sure that you select UNISA as the institution. You will find there's many different types of institutions available that you can select. The first name and last name, you just insert your first name and last name. your student number. Just make sure the student number is correct, and most importantly, your email address. And you'll also have to confirm your email. Just a note here, if you make a mistake, say with your first name and last name, it's not that important because it primarily uses your email to make sure who you are with the institution and your student number. After you've completed registration and set up a password, you will have to then accept the terms and conditions. So you can just select I accept, and then you can sign up, or this is where it now becomes very important that you've got access to your MyLife email account, because the verification PIN is sent to your MyLife email address. You have to go open your MyLife email address after registration. It usually comes through very quickly, and you get the code that you put in here. If you're not finding it in your inbox, also have a look at your spam or junk folder. Maybe it was incorrectly flagged as spam. So just have a look there as well before you can ask to resend the link. So if you're not receiving the link on your email address, you can say did not receive email, resend, the button at the bottom. So it will try to resend the verification code or PIN. And alternatively, that really doesn't work, then you can do send verification PIN to your cell phone. So it will come through as a message, and you can copy in the PIN from there. So yeah, you will see this is what the email will look like. So it's just your email address, and then the PIN that you need to insert is the one here provided at the bottom, the verification code. So after that, you verify, and then you'll have to do calibrations. So remember, the app will need to have access to your camera, your microphone, and to be able to send you notifications. So this is where you test basically all these different features and make sure that you've got access to the device, or the app's got access to this camera and microphones. So the first thing that will happen is just to start the calibration tutorial. It will ask you for access to your camera, and then it will ask you access to your microphone. If you accidentally click, for instance, don't allow, it will give you a warning, and then you'll have to go to your device settings on your mobile phone and allow it again from there. But for it to work, it does need access to all these features. From here, you can then say get started. So, everything looks good. It can play sound. It can access the camera. It can record. And then you basically have to do is set up your master selfie. So just a quick note on the master selfie. So this is the selfie that you take, the initial selfie that you take. So during the assessments, it will also ask you to take selfies. And that is automatically compared to your master selfie to identify if this is you. So when you take the master selfie, make sure it's a good quality photo. You've got good lighting, and you don't wear a face mask, for instance. And also when you do the selfies during the assessment, make sure you've got good lighting and also no obstructions. So else it might get flagged, and then it has to be investigated. So after the master selfie, you're basically then ready to go. But just a note here on the login. Sometimes it might have to be that you get logged out of the app. Say you used it last year for previous examinations and you have to log in now again. You'll get to the login screen. Remember, you insert your email address, your MyLife email, and the password will be the one that you use to, when you registered on the app. It's not the same as your MyLife email password. So make sure that you remember the password for this account. Another reason why you might want to log out is, say you also studying through a different institution, for instance, UCT or any of universities, or even you're doing a short course through UNISA where you've got a different student number. So that means you'll have to create another account for that institution with that specific student number that you've got. So then you'll have to log out and then log in with the account for the institution or college for which you are doing this examination. So just again, the demo test is very important. You can do it as many times as you So really get comfortable with the demo test. So the demo test is based on a written exam, but the only difference would be then with the multiple choice. If it's a multiple choice, is you won't be asked to upload your script in a multiple choice, but you will have to insert a code along the way. But the rest of it is pretty much the same. So really do this test way before your exam so that you're comfortable with how the app works. So on the day, you only focus on your exam that you download from the UNISA exam portal. So the demo basically consists of you scan the QR code. After a while, it will ask you to take a photo of your ID document. So you need to have a identification document with you, preferably with a photo of you on there as well. So you can use preferably your South African ID, a passport. Alternatively, you can then also use, for instance, a car license, but it must be a valid identification document with a clear photo on there. After you started, it will then ping you twice to take selfies, and then once you're done, where you say finished or a time ran out, it will ask you then to take photos and upload your script. So remember, when you take these photos, you get 15 minutes after the examinations to do this. Take the photos, scan in your script, and then start the upload process. If the upload process gives you problems, but you have already scanned it in, then rather focus on uploading to MyUNISA, the exam portal. Because if once the photos has been taken and it gives you just problems with uploading, that you can still do, if the 15 minutes expire, but you have to have scanned in the information already. While UNISA usually gives you an hour afterwards, so you still have time to upload your script. But remember, the most important one that you really need to resolve to upload during that hour is on MyUNISA, the exam portal. So here's what I was referring to. So once you start with this uploading process and it gives you a problem over here, that's where you can ask for assistance. But first, make sure that your MyUNISA one or UNISA exam portal script is submitted. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to start the demo. So on your device, if you've got the app already, please scan the QR code that's on the screen at the moment. Just quickly, I'll start from my side as well. Okay, so you're basically going to select Start Assessment at the bottom of the screen. You can then either say Scan QR code or enter exam access code. In this instance, I'll just say Scan QR code from the screen. Then it will ask you just to do a test sound, so it will just make sure that the notification sounds are working, and then you can select Start to start. So remember, when you start, you basically just put down the phone. It might go to sleep by itself where the screen goes black, but the app should be running in the foreground and not, you don't close the app or anything like that. You just put your phone down so that it runs. Remember, once you've scanned the QR code and you start, if you've got internet interruptions, that doesn't matter because at this point it's already running just on your phone. And you will then only need connection again once you have to upload your script. So firstly, as I mentioned, when you open the app and you're logged in, you can start the assessment. You played it, you scan the QR code or insert the code that's at the bottom, the access code, and then you select Start, and then or play the test sounds and then Start, and then just prompts you again to let you know, do not leave the app or close the app. You can just basically put your phone down at this stage. If you, so basically it will start with the timer at the bottom. If your lecturer allowed on the assessment that you can finish earlier, you'll see a finish assessment button. Just make sure you don't accidentally press this button. It will give you another prompt to ask, are you sure, or that you can cancel? But really, you want to avoid pressing this accidentally. As mentioned as previously, you can also access the learning management system. That's in our case is MyUnisa. And you probably now heard in the background, it's asked me now to open the camera and take a photo of my ID document. So that's the first notification. So we'll just keep the app running in the background. So you can access learning management system MyUnisa, but remember, we're not writing the exams on MyUnisa. Usually this top bar over here will have a link to the exam portal. So it's either the first or the second banner that will display. You can just click on there and it will take you to the exam portal where you can log in to access your exam. Usually you will do this only if you don't have two devices. If you have two devices, just use your laptop or your desktop to access the learning management system. But if you only have one device, this is still how you can access the exam portal from within the app. So that's why it's never close the app to go and access the exam portal. You access it from within the app because the app has to run all the time. So basically, during the assessment, you will get the first prompt will be for your ID document. Then you'll get another prompt or two prompts to take selfies. So this doesn't happen at set times. It's randomly during the session. So when you hear that ping, make sure that you at least within 2 minutes take that selfie and not miss one of them. So if you need to, for instance, go, to the bathroom or anything else, take your phone with you so you still have access to it, because then it can also still record the sound to make sure that you're not receiving any help. If you miss it, it will get flagged for assessment to make sure if you were present and were not receiving any help through the audio. So if it's an upload one, a lot of the examinations are multiple choice, and I will show later what's the difference when you get the multiple choice. But in this, for the demos, it's using a upload assessment that you have to do. So at the end, you will say, okay, I'm finished. So I've finished earlier than the allocated time. So I can click finish assessment. It will give me a prompt to say, are you sure you want to finish with the exam? I'll say yes. So when you're nervous, please don't click on I am finished accidentally and confirm. You still get a chance to say no, cancel. But yes, I'll say, yes, I'm done. So it will just ask me to still take the selfies that's outstanding. So you can just take the selfies, 2 selfies. Okay, and then we can start with the uploading. So first, what it will do is you just have to make sure that when you scan these documents that it is clear, is well lit. So you'll get to this little page over here. So you just click on the plus, and then you take a photo of your script that you were writing on. Say it's something that you printed out, where you filled in on the document. You have to scan all the pages, basically taking a photo of all the pages. You get the option to edit a bit the document, but really just try to get the whole page into the document or into the camera view. If you're doing your exam on Microsoft Word, just make sure that you take a photo of the screen of your laptop of all the pages. So basically, you continue taking photos of using this button over here on the side until you got all your pages loaded. And then once you're done, you just click on the little tick box over here. So you'll see at the top, it will list all the pages that you now scanned in. So then you can click on the little tick to say, okay, I'm done scanning everything in. It will then ask you if you want to save it as a PDF. You can just click on Save as PDF. So this is where it converts all the pictures that you've taken into one document. And then you select Upload PDF. just with a confirmation to say yes, upload documents. So at this stage, this is where once you see this uploading PDF screen over here, this is where you must then prioritize to upload to the UNISA exam portal. If it's having any problems now with uploading the PDF, you can, how can I say, ask for assistance with the app support team after you upload it. And remember, if you have problems uploading to the exam portal, then crucially that you contact your college as soon as possible. We will share the links as well as soon as after the presentation. So after this, you will just get a verification. It ticked everything was uploaded successfully, and you can just select back to dashboard and you're done. But I just want to re-emphasize this. If you're having problems during this stage, you already scanned in all your documents, you have taken all the selfies. That means it's perhaps a connectivity issue that's happening. So here, really focus then on getting your My UNISA or your UNISA exam script uploaded, and then contact support or try again to upload after that. Because this you can do after the 15 minutes expired, but the way you take the photos needs to be within that 15 minutes and the scanning of the documents. So just one last note. If you're going to do a multiple choice, you won't need to upload anything. You'll still need to obviously upload your ID, your selfies that you take, but during the exam, it will, when on the exam portal, you'll fill in the multiple choice on My Exam Portal. One of the questions will give you an OTP PIN that you need to insert. So you basically then click on the button Show Exam Code to enter. You type in the code and you confirm. So this is just to confirm that you entered the correct code while actually doing the assessment online. And then just lastly, we will share everything in the chat as well, additional resources, videos that you can watch. There's multiple training videos, so you can really get comfortable with how to use the app. And also the contact number, this WhatsApp number, have this written down. If you have any problems with the app, this is the number that you will communicate with through WhatsApp. And as mentioned, alternatively, you can go to the invigilator.app website, and I've also got an online chat where you can contact them for support. And this is only for support with the Invigilator app. As mentioned, if you're going to have problems with the exam portal, you'll have to contact your college, and we'll add the contact information as well in the chat that you just need to keep close by if you run into any problems. So this is just a link of the resources that we will add to the chat now. So thank you very much. I'm just going to put it back quickly on the code. So if you missed to scan in the code for the demo, you can just go back and then scan the code from here and just test the app. In the documentation that we're going to be providing, you will also have access to the code, the demo code, that you can try out as many times as possible, as you prefer. Okay, let me just close this one. Okay, so thank you, everyone. So I'm going to hand over to David so that we can start with the Q&A session. If you have any other questions, please also post it in the chat and we'll have a look. But preferably ask it through David so that everybody can benefit from it. Thanks. Over to you, David.
Thanks, Richard. Okay, let's have a look. So guys, please use your hand icon. Raise your hand so it will go in an order and I'll follow the order. So please don't interrupt other people when they are asking their questions. Rather just use your hand and then you can also ask your question. All right, so we're going to go according to the system, and I see Tembikosi, you're the first person. So if you can unmute. Okay, Richard, I see the system hasn't allowed them to unmute yet. To just be a little bit patient, guys. And once it is available, Tembikosi, you'll be the first person. And you can go for it. Ask your question. If you're not speaking, guys, rather leave your microphones unmuted so you don't interrupt the rest of us, okay? Tembakotsi, are you still there?
Yes, hi Dave, how are you?
Good, great stuff. Ask your question.
I'm more. No, I think I forgot to lower my hand. I think the question was actually sorted because I was struggling in terms of the code, in terms of how they're gonna send it from the when you initially sign up for the app. So I think I'm sorted. That is covered.
All right, fantastic. Thank you though. All right, great. Next person is T Koza. Please unmute yourself.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, T Koza, just unmute yourself again. I think you were just muted as you unmuted.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, there we go. Thank you. Go for it.
Okay. My first question is, I don't understand, where do I get the QR code when I have to do the demo test? And because I see Richard's just shown the QR code where you scan it, and I'm just asking, when I'm alone, where do I access that? How do I access that? That's my question.
Okay, so in the chat, we added the links to the resources. So you can just, the PDF document that's available online on my UNISA actually as well. They've got in the documentation, they've got this QR code that you can scan. And then remember, we're also going to make the recording available. The recording from last week is already available on the ADOVH YouTube channel. And we pasted a link as well to the channel where you can also then access the full presentation and get to the demo code.
Okay. Thank you.
Pleasure.
All right, great. The code, guys, you can also use the typing in option, right? So instead of scanning it in, you can simply type it in. So maybe just write it down, save it somewhere. It's 2BF9EE0C. Okay, it's currently on the screen, just in case you can't maybe see the screen. It's 2BF9EE0C. Okay, so it's a double E over there, hey? You can also just type in the code. And of course, this code will be given to you just before your exam starts on the My Exam portal, or even on My UNISA if the lecturer allows it earlier, so that you've already got the code. Okay, next is Kelebohile. Please unmute yourself. Okay, we can hear some sound coming through, guys, so please make sure if you're not speaking, mute your mics.
Bokhadi, please can you switch off your mic?
Kelebohile, you can go for it. Please unmute. Kelebohile, do you still want to ask a question? Because I see you unmuted, but then you muted yourself again. Okay, go for it.
David, we just have a question as well after this. If you can just show again where to go search for your module.
No, I'm struggling. I've got next. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm struggling with network here. So what I will do, I will phone the WhatsApp number, the 073 number, or I'll communicate, not phone, but rather maybe communicate via WhatsApp, because I'm struggling to, I've got the app, but I have forgotten my password. So I was trying to reset it, but I'm struggling. So I'll phone the 073 number.
All right, that's perfect.
Yes, all right.
Okay, great. Sorry, Richard, you were saying the link, the lookup.
Yes, yeah, I just asked you if you can show that again.
Okay. I'll tell you what, we're going to post the links. We'll do that in the chat. And then, because we've got quite a few questions that we need to get through. And then we'll just post the link for you guys. You guys can also go that route and have a look at the modules there. But just as I showed you guys, it is in the exam tips, all right, on the website, on my UNISA. So you can access it easily enough from there, please. Let's get on with the next question. Delicious. Please unmute yourself.
Hi, I'm here. How are you?
Find yourself.
I'm fine. I have problem here. Yesterday, my ID, my wallet was stolen, and inside it was my ID and my UNISA student card. Right now, I don't have an ID. So can I use the copy of my ID while I'm writing the exam to scan on the Invigilator app? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. ID. I'm sure ID copy is fine, but I do suggest you maybe just let your lecturer know that that it was stolen. And of course, if you've maybe got a driver's license, that can also work, or a passport, that can also work.
The wallet is stolen. Everything. I don't even have. Everything is gone. My ID, my driver's license, my card, everything is gone. They temper my car while I'm trying to lock the car, and then while I notice that they temper the remote, and then while I go to open the door, they open the door also. They take my wallet and go. Or maybe I have a passport. Is it allowed to use a passport?
Yes, passport is also fine. It's official document.
I have a passport,
on.
but when I register with UNISA, I use the ID book. So I'm not sure. Can I use the copy of my ID or can I use my passport?
I would suggest use your passport because it's an official document. But then what I would suggest then is today even, please email the student advisors and then just let them or go to a center that's nearest to you and let them just update the student system with your passport number.
You said I must go to where?
The nearest center near you, or you can just contact the student advisors.
How do I contact the student advisor?
Via email. For example, okay, no problem. I'm based here in Polokwane, so you can it doesn't matter which one you contact. You can send an email to polokwane@unisa.ac.za.
Okay.
polokwane@unisa.ac.za. The student advisors, they work on that email, so they will get the email from you and then they'll advise what to do next.
Okay.
Okay, hope that helps.
I'll send the email because I sent the email to the lecturer yesterday, but the lecturer didn't respond me.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you have done that, that's good. Just keep that evidence. But then I do suggest also contact the student advisor so they can update the student system.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Pleasure. All right, next is Michelle de Klerk. Go for it. Michelle, you can unmute yourself. Richard, are you there?
Yes, David.
Can you just take over for 2 seconds? I see a delivery van has just arrived and I quickly need to get a parcel there.
Okay, which number are you at currently?
And number 6, it's Michelle de Klerk.
Okay, your one is looking different than my one. Michelle de Klerk, are you there? Okay, I'm gonna go with my list that I've got over here. Mbongwa, Innocent, do you have a question? Okay, let's go to the next one, Claudia.
Hi.
Rebecca? Oh,
Claudia? Yes.
Yes, Claudia.
Yes, I needed to find out, are we allowed to use a scribbling paper or scribbling something when we're busy with exams? Because I don't want the camera maybe to flag us that we have notes with us. So how do we do that?
So you may have scribbling paper there as well. So you can just, when you upload, you just take pictures of your scribbling paper as well. So so you definitely can take notes and work out, for instance, just as you normally do. And also remember, the video is not recording the whole time. It's only recording sound in the background.
All right.
It's only when you have to take your selfies that you take a picture.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Just remember, if you're done, just to lower your hand. So do tutorial quickly. Rebecca?
Hi, everyone. My question is currently, during the training, I had a problem with, I downloaded the app, and then when I was on it, and it gave me issues when I had to sign up. I filled in everything, but my live email address, it kept on telling me that the university is not recognizing it. So I don't know what to do from there. That's question number one. Question number two, I hear that the app picks up the sounds. And the concern is I'm working from home. I'm a student who's also working. I'm working from home. I will have those people, especially because I work for the KZN government. We have those people that even if you're on leave, they just disregard the fact that you're on leave, and they will send you messages and demand you to respond to emails or to WhatsApp messages that they send, or they will phone and demand you. Maybe the Premier's office or the MEC's office will phone and demand that you answer the phone. Or even where I work, they would want some information and demand that I answer during the exam. They will just disregard. What happens in that instance? Three, you have these call centers that just call you, because I hear that the phone must not be on silence so that the noise can be picked up. What happens? You have these SMSs that just come randomly from call centers, those notifications and those phone calls that they just call you. A call, sure, you can mute, but those you can reject the call, but those SMSs now, where's going to be the proof that that SMS or that message was not from WhatsApp and you were not getting any answers? And right now, I'm on the Invigilator WhatsApp message. I'm trying to speak to the person and I'm not getting any joy because now they're not responding. I've sent it during the training that please help. I'm unable to do anything that is being demonstrated there. I'm not signed up. It's not allowing me to sign up. So in all of these things, also, how do I load the exam paper? I'm just lost basically. But my major concerns are those questions that I've posed in the beginning. How do we deal with that? Being a working student who's also working from home, you on leave, yes, you're writing exams, but you'll find your office will be calling and demanding answers during that moment, and they will say it's urgent. So how is it verified that this SMS or this WhatsApp message that came in is not giving you answers for the exams, is not helping you, it's legitimately work related? Thank you.
So basically, just to start off with the first one, yes, so you need to contact that WhatsApp number. They were the ones, and just be very explicit to say that it's your email, the error that you received. So type in that full error, because then it can be picked up a lot quicker if it's very direct. This is the error that you receive on the app. At the moment, they will be a bit slow with the response. Remember, they're going to prioritize students that's currently writing. So after the initial examination is done, that's currently running, then they will get back to you. For the second one regarding, you know, the notifications and sounds, and it's the same for students that is perhaps also struggling a bit with digital tools where they need assistance, or you might have a handicap and you have somebody else assisting you uploading it. So remember that does get recorded. So if you get a call, for instance, it will record what is being said. Remember, if you're flagged, it doesn't mean that you automatically going to say that you plagiarized or got help during the examination. It actually gets reviewed, and on the audio, they will check, did you talk about any of the content of your exam? So if you get a WhatsApp message, for instance, all they will hear is the ping that it came through. So remember, you can put it on, for instance, flight mode once you started the examination. So once you start it, you can put it on flight mode so you don't get into any interruptions, and then take it off flight mode when you want to upload. You know, that period in between. If you really can't, you can leave it on, but there's more preference for yourself that you don't get interrupted by messages and phone calls. But remember, if you get picked up for audio, it does get reviewed to see what was discussed. Not so you don't automatically get said, okay, you got assistance for on the exam portal. So you don't need to really worry about that. So especially if you've got somebody else assisting you as well, uploading it, as long as you don't talk about the content, any of the questions on the paper, then you should be fine. And remember, then also go through to your lecturer where they, if they suspect you got help, they can review the audio. I think that covered your questions. Oh, and then the one for uploading to the My Exam portal. Remember, the My Exam portal is the exact same as UNISA. The way you submitted your assignments, you're just going to upload the PDF version. If it's a written, if it's a multiple choice questionnaire, you're going to fill it out on the portal itself. So then you don't need to worry about any uploading afterwards. But if it's written, it's the exact same as what you would have done with a written exam or written assignment. I hope that answered all your questions, Rebecca. So I'll hand over to Nontu. Nontu, are you there? Okay, I think while we wait, let's go over to Ronald.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. I just
Hi,
want to ask you, we all have to reset our app, or maybe we just leave it as it is, as we will be writing now in January.
Sorry, just repeat. You broke up a bit.
I just want to know whether it's a must which we have to reset the Invigilator app as we will be writing now in January.
No, you don't need to reset the app. You just log in again with the credentials you created previously. Just do the demo to make sure everything is working, but you use the same account that you created previously. So you don't need to reset the app or reinstall or anything like that. As long as it's working, it's when you do the demo, then you know you're good to go.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So I'm gonna hand over to Cynthia.
Good day, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I have a concern about the uploading of the script name. We upload at the UNISA platform, then we upload at the Invigilator. But here they said the student have 5 days from the day of their exam to upload again the Invigilator result. What is that?
No, so that's a bit, no, what you need to do is if you write the exam, so you probably have a take-home exam that you need to do. So the result that you're talking about, are you sure it's Invigilator, or might it be Iris that you need to use?
Oh, it's my Invigilator app.
Okay,
It
so the
says
Invigilator, yeah, so the
yes.
Invigilator app just runs for, say you start the app, you're writing from 10 to 12, for instance. So you start the app at 5 to 10, the assessment starts. And then after that, say it's a written exam, you'll first take the pictures and upload it to the Invigilator app, because it only gives you 15 minutes after 12 o'clock to upload. UNISA usually gives you 1 hour. So you'll first take the scan in your documents on the app, start the upload process, and then you upload to MyUNISA. So there's no additional reports that needs to be provided. That is sent automatically to the lecturer and attached to your script. Cynthia, does that answer your question?
Not really, because you know here they are stating clearly. Can I read it for you?
Yes, yeah, can read.
They say students have 5 days from the day of the exam to upload their invigilator exam from the invigilator. From the invigilator app, failure to do so will result in not to be participating in online invigilator.
Okay. Now, what they're referring to there. So basically, you can start your exam in that 5-day period. You're going to follow the exact same process. You write your exam, you start the invigilator when you start, you stop it when it's done, and you do the uploading. Remember, you first scan and then you upload on the Invigilator app. So that uploading needs to be done within that time period. So if you're having trouble, but usually it's instantaneous, but you don't need to attach anything then to your one that you need to upload to MyUNISA.
Is that answering the question?
Thanks, Sophia.
Thank you.
If you still have questions about it, then I would really advise just write to your lecturer for clarification, because I just phrased it very strangely, but there's nothing that you need to attach to. You must just make sure the app ran successfully and it uploaded your scripts, and you will be good. Okay, Vikayo, you can.
I'm sorry to cut in. I had the same issue and I emailed the lecture about the 5 days of uploading the results of the Invigilator app. And the lecture just said that it's on the instruction, but when you read the guide, that's the Invigilator results and uploading it, it's just not there.
Hello.
All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry, can you just repeat the question?
Hello.
Yes, go for it.
Okay, my question is this. I think it's different from the last speaker. My question is this. I'm going to be using my laptop in answering my questions. Am I supposed to download the app onto my laptop or onto my cell phone? Because it's difficult for me to work on my cell phone.
Okay, good, very good question. Okay, guys, basically this is what I would suggest. Definitely the app only works on your smartphone, okay?
Yes.
So that's where you'll download the app and you'll do the demo and play around with it to make sure you're comfortable. If you've got a laptop, do your exam on the laptop because it's way more comfortable. So then your smartphone will just sit next to you while you're working on your laptop. So that is sort of the ideal situation to be in.
Okay. Okay, that is fine.
So David, the question just before that was regarding there's one module that asked them, they've got a 5-day period to complete the assessment. and then they have to upload the Invigilator report that they also get, but there's no Invigilator report provided. So I just want to ask the student, which module is it that you require that for, so that we can just follow up with them directly with the lecturer?
Okay, I think I'm one of them. HPEDTRD. It requires us, it says you have up to 5 days to submit the invigilator's reports, not the answer script, but the invigilator's report, 5 days from the day of your writing. So that is where we are having problems with how do we generate that report, which we are going to upload within 5 days to UNITA. HPEDTRD is a module with that caveat.
Okay, so I'll follow up to the lecture, but at the moment it is, as long as you upload it, it's sent through automatically. The only thing that I can, if they really ask you to upload something on the exam portal, if you open the app, then at the top left, you'll see their view uploads. And you can just take a screenshot perhaps of that to say all the uploads that's been sent successfully to the Invigilator app.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your word.
Hi, can I quickly ask a question? No.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Thank you. I'd like to find out, this Invigilator app, is it mandatory to all the modules, or one would have to go through the list and see if it's applicable to his or her module?
So your lecturer will inform you if you are, if your assessment is being invigilated. You can also go to their website. David will show later again how to search for your module to see if it's being invigilated. So it's not all the modules that's being invigilated. Some of the modules also use different apps, such as the Iris app. But this one, it will explicitly say you're using the Invigilator app, and you can go search for your module to see on the Invigilator app website if it is listed. But your lecturer will also let you know and then provide you the code when you start your examination.
Okay, thanks for your answer.
All right, no problem. Please also, guys, check your MyUNISA, check the announcements, because you would be getting information about the exams. So also that information will be sitting there as well. Guys, we need to follow the hands that are up, that are raised. So let's just continue to do that so that we can get through the list. There's quite a number of questions still waiting. So hopefully those questions might be what you're also asking. All right, next is J. Mari Patel. Sorry, very difficult surname there. Can you please unmute yourself?
Hi there. Good afternoon. Good morning.
Hi, yes, go for it. You're loud and clear.
Yeah, I wanted to find out with regards to if we're doing the exam on your computer, and now you need to submit these this PDF upload on the Invigilator app. Then how is that possible? You have to take pictures of the screen, or what?
Yes, you just take pictures of the screen.
Of the screen itself.
Yes, and you just make sure all the pages are included. David, I'll just quickly want to interrupt. There's a lot of questions here about the exam portal. Just quickly want to show you guys. So if you go to MyUNISA, so you just go to the normal MyUNISA page. And if you go, for instance, here at the top, the banner, it's got the exams banner. You click on that one, it will take you to myexams.unisa.ac.za. So I'll just copy this URL as well into the chat now. So here, from here, you basically will select the date, and then you will select your module. From here, you log in with your normal credentials, and then the rest is exactly the same as you normally have on your module site, where you have to upload your assignments. So it's not a different interface, it's the same type of platform that they're using. So the same way you did your assignments, the same way you're going to access your exams and then also upload your exam. If it's a multiple choice as well, you'll do it just online, and it will give you clear instructions once you logged in to this exam site. So just to show again, so you basically go to, you can always start off with My UNISA. Your lecturer will usually also email you the direct link. You go to the exam portal. You can see here you can't log in. This is just a site to show all the different exam portals available. And it does also show if it's an Invigilator app for that specific module on here. So here you just click then on your specific module that you're going to write and log in and do it exactly like you would do with a normal assignment that you would have done. Okay, thanks, David.
Okay, great. Thanks, Richard. Okay, next up is Sylvia. There's actually two, so I'm not sure if it's the same person or not. So the first Sylvia in the list, go for it, please. Unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Hi.
Yes.
I think I'm the first. Yeah.
Okay, Sylvia, that's spelled with a capital S and all the rest are small letters. Please go first.
Yeah, that's
It's me.
Right, go for
Batung.
Okay, ma'am, you go first.
Thank you. Okay, I'm Sylvia as well. I have a challenge here. I don't know what happened to my exam, but I know I passed. I didn't see any QR code. I didn't see the exam access code on those questions. It was a multiple choice question paper. I perused all like the instructions and everything, but there was no QR code. Yes, they've said it is I have to use the Invigilator app, but there was no app, there was no QR code, there was no exam access code. So what was I supposed to do? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sylvia. So did you use the app at all, or I mean, you wouldn't be able to because you don't have a QR code. Okay, what did the lecturer say in the announcements for that module?
They said we have to use the Invigilator app.
Okay, so where did you get the exam paper then?
It was online. I went to my exam as usual. Then I accessed it was on the system. The multiple choice is on the system. It's not the print out copy that you can print out. So you have to do your work on the system. So I had to scan the code, but there was no code, and there was not even an access code that I can put in manually on my phone. So I just continued with the exam without using the app, and now I was penalized. I had to write again next week.
Sure. What module code is that if you've got it with you?
It's a CMY 3708, the research one.
All right, interesting. Shucks, that's a tricky one, Richard. Because I know what would happen is the QR code comes with the exam paper.
Yeah.
And that's what should happen.
So in the you'll see there in the chat, we've got all your exam-related queries. Just email the college as well, just to let them know about this problem and how they're going to rectify it. Because they are usually the email, the people that can I support these emails, they are the TELCs, the technology enhanced learning coordinators for the college. Just so that they make sure that this doesn't happen again, and ask them how did it happen, where were you supposed to receive it. So
I'll
for
try
instance,
to do that. What contact must I use?
So with which college are you?
The College of Law.
C Law. So it will be C Law exams at unisa.ac.za.
Okay. Okay, because I'm scared now. I'm writing again next week. What if it happen again?
Yeah, no, rather make sure, just check your announcements as well for a QR code and write to them now, even beforehand, so to make sure that they can maybe give you the QR code already if it is required.
Now I don't have an access to the announcement anymore because I don't know what happened to the module on my UNISA site. So I can't access the module at all. I can't access announcement or anything regarding the module.
Then also ask them about C Law exams, because maybe they delisted you from the module and I can just enlist you again so you still have access to the previous announcements.
Okay, thank you then.
Right, great. Now the next, Sylvia, you can go for it.
Okay, hi. You can hear me, Nay?
Yes, nice and clear.
Now, when you are done with the exam and you want to take the pictures on the laptop, I did that because I was writing on Monday. I took the pictures. Now, when you take the pictures on the laptop, it was difficult for me to fit the whole script on my phone. So do I put the page, like that word page, as landscape or portrait? How do I fit the whole picture on my I don't know, because now the app says I must take all the pages of the exam.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, but to I don't know how to put this. If let's say I want to take page number 1 and I want page number 1 to fit in the screen of the computer, of the screen of my cell phone, how do I do that?
Remember, you don't need to, you can cut it up into, if it's page 1 and you're only halfway, then you just scroll up a bit and take the bottom off. And that's how you go. So it doesn't need to be the whole page on one photo necessarily. And you can zoom out a bit as well. If it's, what they do is for the Invigilator app script, they just want to compare it to the one. If they now find perhaps these irregularities and they want to investigate.
Oh, it's not like they're going to mark those scripts on the app.
No, they just compare it. If they investigate, they just basically take the photo to see, is it the same that was submitted? So they don't even gonna need to read it. As long as it's, the outline and everything is comparable to what you submitted, then you're good. So they're not gonna read and mark that one. It's just to show evidence. What is it that you submitted to the exam portal?
Oh, okay. Just before when you're done with the questions, can you just quickly show us how do you submit on the UNISA website?
I don't have access currently. David, can you showcase from your side?
No, I also don't have, because you need to log in.
Didn't you just quickly do that demo? Because I think I missed. I think I missed the demo.
So the demo is just
Sorry, guys,
for
can
the
I just ask a
Invigilator.
question on Sylvia's question? Sorry, can I just, because it's linked to what Sylvia was saying. With regards to her asking what happens when you load the exam on your device, I will be writing using my laptop. Now, can I email do I need to email the exam to my device, then email it from there? I don't know how it works because now I will be writing using a laptop, not the cell phone.
Okay, let me quickly just show you here on the presentation. I think for both of you, it will answer it more or less. So when you start your assessment, you can do it with the demo as well. So on the Invigilator app, you finish your assessment. Once it says finish, you will then ask you to start the uploading. So remember, this is not a PDF document, so you can't email it to the app and upload it. You just take pictures from your phone. So in the app, it will say upload assessment script. So what you select is the plus here. You use the button. Let me just do it in slideshow mode. Laser. So you first select the plus, and then you take pictures with the button that's here on this side, on the bottom right. So you take pictures. Now this will be your screen because you did it on your computer. So it doesn't need to be the full page. You just make sure that you've got everything, got a picture of everything that you wrote. Once you're done, you select the tick, and this will then ask you to convert it to PDF. So it converts it to a PDF, and then you're ready to upload. So remember, it's just pictures. So you're not going to email it to the Invigilator app. They're not going to mark the Invigilator app one that you uploaded. They're only marking the one that you upload to the UNISA exam portal. Here it's just pictures that they can compare. If there was irregularities found, was the one that was invigilated the same that was submitted to the exam portal? I hope that answers your question.
I strongly suggest, guys, you must do the demo and play around with the demo, because it also will require you to take pictures of a script. So maybe do something on your laptop and then use the phone, using the demo, of course, and then take pictures of your actual screen so that you get comfortable how it works and then how it will actually fit in. So that's what I would definitely suggest, guys. All right, hope that answered your questions. Okay, I see it is 11:30. That was meant to be the end of our session, but because we got so many students asking questions, we are going to continue to make sure that everyone is happy and satisfied. So no matter how long it takes. Okay, next in the list is Samkeliso. Can you please unmute?
Good day, everyone. Thank you. My question is that if I'm unable to upload the scripts on the app due to technical issues, such that the app will tell me that I have taken longer to upload. Therefore, it then denies me to upload my scripts. Despite that, I have been compliant with all the other requirements, the likes of taking the selfies, ID, part of the assignment I'm writing, and so forth. It's just that I've just missed the last part, which is the uploading of the scripts. Maybe because my phone sort of like froze and then and so forth. So but I did submit successfully to my UNISA portal. So I just want to find out if am I not going to be penalized for unable to upload on the app, yet I was able to upload on my UNISA. It was just that, Tony. Thank you.
All right, so what I know is if you haven't uploaded, and then the system will flag you. But Richard, what would happen next if the person hasn't uploaded in that time period?
Okay, so if the app say that you can't upload anymore?
Yes, he indicated that the time ran out.
Okay, yeah, so remember, so after the examination, you have that 15 minutes when you can upload. And then that emails that for which college are you?
It's strategic management, MNG 4801.
So that's probably, it can be CARES. So just send an email to your college. So it will be, we posted the links in the chat. And because what they've got is they send out a form that you have to fill in, where you appeal, if you get flagged, just say this is what you did do it. You gave like a little, a description, and then they will review again your situation. But it's very important. So email your college directly, ask them for the link to the form where you can appeal the invigilation.
Oh, okay. So I must request a form to appeal for the invigilation.
Yes. Yeah. First to let them know that you have, how can I say, you did complete it, and that's the error that you got. If you get it in the future as well, and for everybody else, make sure if you get that error, just take a screenshot on your phone as well, just for your own proof that you did complete it, but you ran out of time. So when you appeal, you can provide it as evidence. But in your case, just write them an email and ask them for the link to the form, so you can appeal.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much.
Hi.
All right, thank you. That was a good question. Next is
Hi.
Tracy Lee. Please unmute yourself.
Please, I have an urgent question. I'm not a question. I mean, my battery will die. I just want to say something.
All right, in that case, sure, quickly go for it.
Okay, is it possible for this presentation to be shared with us? Because, like I said, my battery will die now and I'm far away from home, so that later one can be able to access and go through.
Yes, it's on the YouTube channel. Guys, it's on the YouTube channel, the ADOVH. If you do a quick search in YouTube, it'll pop up. Even last week's recording is already uploaded, so you can watch it there again and again and again. So yes, please, it's on the YouTube channel already, so you guys can access it there.
ADOVH.
That's right, ADOVH.
Thank you very much.
The link is also in the chat.
All right.
Thank you.
Tracy Lee, go for it.
Hi, thank you so much for the presentation. So my question is just with regards to the interruptions on your cell phone during the exam. My concern is when you switch your phone to flight mode, will you receive the pop-ups and the prompts for selfies that come sort of intermittently? Because won't that require like data, fiber, whatever, in order for the pop-ups to come through for you to submit? From what I understand, you'll be randomly requested to submit photos of yourself or various things around you or whatever may be the case. So will in-flight mode prevent you from getting those pop-ups?
Okay, good question, Tracy. I've got 2 questions.
Yeah, I've got another question, and I don't know if this is the right platform for this. It's my first time doing an online exam, so I'm feeling quite anxious about it. I wanted to know, I haven't quite decided if I'm going to type on my laptop or if I prefer to handwrite my script. My scanner, if I handwrite my script, my scanner has just decided to pack up. So my question is, from your cell phone, once you've done uploading on the Invigilator app, if I have like one of these cam scanner apps on my phone to scan and upload each page of my handwritten script, is there a preferred app that we should be using that would be known to be less problematic? That would be my other question. And my other question relating to this is also, is there an option to go into a venue to write if you're not comfortable with this whole online procedure? Thank you.
Okay, Tracy. All right. The first thing is the pop-ups. Okay, just remember, guys, only in the beginning will the app require internet connection. So once the exam process has started, then you can go into flight mode. You don't need to worry. The pop-ups will go with the app. So just make sure your phone doesn't lock or you don't close the app. Make sure it stays open. And then the pop-ups will run and all the things that you need to do. Then right at the end, again, that's when it needs to upload your evidence. Then it will require data again or internet connection again. So in between those start and the end, you don't need to. You can be on flight mode. That is actually preferred so that you don't have any interruptions.
So just on the back of that, right? So say, for example, you've got your app running next to you, right? And you receive a call or you accidentally close the app or minimize the app. What is the consequences of that?
Shucks, if you close the app, hey, then I think, Richard, will the session end then for the student on the app?
Can you start it up again? What happens?
It depends on the time period that you switch it off on. So if you just, if you close the app completely, then it will basically almost terminate the session. So really avoid not closing the app, that it's not running even in the background. If you just switch quickly to a different app and come back, it will still give you a time period, but preferably the app should be the primary app running during the whole duration.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So yeah, be careful, guys. Don't close the app, otherwise your session will end. Then scanning app. What I would suggest is, because you've got a laptop, right, and then the app was going to sit on your smartphone, I would rather use the laptop, and I hope it's got internet access, because then you download your exam paper there, you use Microsoft Word, for example, you type up your answer, and then you can upload your answer back onto the My Exams portal. So that's what I would really suggest, Tracy, because handwritten is going to add a whole bunch of steps for you. Now you have to scan it and all sorts of things. So yes, that is quite tricky. Richard, is there an app that we could, I have seen something somewhere, but I'm not sure where I saw it, with regards to apps that students could actually use.
Okay.
I think
So
it might be on the exams link. Let me quickly check.
Yeah, but the app that you can also use that works very well is the OneDrive app. So remember, your My Life account you've got is actually your Office 365 account. So what you can do is just download the OneDrive app, and then on the app it's got a scanning feature where you upload. You can then crop the pages, but it automatically crops it and makes it very nice. And you just add pages until you're done, and then that PDF you can submit to MyUnisa. So just have a look on your App Store for OneDrive.
Okay,
Thanks.
fabulous.
Thanks. And then the last one was just, is there an option to go in and physically write at a venue?
No, not at this point. There is no venue option. So unfortunately, at this point, it's only online is available. That's the method that they're using.
Noted. Thank you.
All right, Tracy. All right, next is Aranio. Go for it. Please unmute. Guys, if you're not speaking or you haven't been called to speak, please make sure you're on mute. Otherwise, we have interruptions. Aranio, you can go for it. You can unmute yourself. Okay, we'll come back to you. And then next is Kanisia Merlin Beloy. Go for it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope you're good. I just want to know, so with the Invigilator app, right, do you upload your documents twice? So firstly on the app, and then secondly on my UNISA, right?
That is 100% correct.
Oh, okay. So, and then secondly, when you download the question paper, so I download it from the web, and then I take screenshots of it on the screen of the laptop, because I'll be using two devices.
Yes,
So
that's perfect.
That's perfect. Oh, okay. No, that's fine. And then, so what happens is that it only senses the sound, and then with the pictures every now and then. So it's pictures of my ID, of myself, question paper, and the sound. That how it
That's
works.
right,
Then
yes.
anything. Oh, okay. No, that's fine.
But the sound basically just, that process is just checking that there's no one helping you or communicating exam information.
Oh, okay. I understand.
All right, cool.
Okay,
But what I
thank you
suggest
so
is please do the demo, because the
Yes.
demo is going to basically run through, I know it's only 8 minutes, but it will give you that opportunity to actually take pictures of your laptop screen and to be comfortable with it.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Pleasure.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Okay,
All
thanks.
right,
Bye.
next is Connie. Please unmute yourself.
Are you?
Go for it, Connie.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, hi, we can hear you. Ask your question.
Yeah, I just want to ask, sir, the issue of an open book test. What's the Invigilator app gonna do with an open book test?
Just remember, the open book test, guys, is still an exam. So you still need to use the normal exam procedures that you would normally do with any other exam. But again, with the open book exam, I mean, the app, if your module needs the app, of course, it is going to ask you to do selfies or take pictures. So basically just like the demo in a sense. So that's why I keep recommending it. Do the demo, get comfortable, but also check your MyUnisa under announcements for the module. Your lecturer should be giving you some guidance and advice with regards to open book exam, because it's still an exam. I hope that answers your question, Connie.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, next is Lubabolo. Please unmute yourself.
Sir, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Actually, I have two questions. The first one is almost related to previous questions, but okay, when I've finished writing, let's say the app closes after the 3 hours, then I think Sylvia mentioned that the screen, I'll have to take 2 pictures of one screen because of the size of the pictures. And that will, most of the time, it always took more than that 15 minutes because we have to crop it and it has to take time turning and uploading that thing. So if, let's say, I only, out of 15 pages that I've written, at the time it closes at on the 10th page. What about the other 5 pages? Do I need to stop or fix that, or go and prioritize submitting on MyUnisa, then come back and communicate the situation on the app that this is what happened? Then the second question is that if now I'm writing, then I have to go to the loo. Do I have do I take the cell phone with the app with me to the loo, or I leave the app? Because I'm in the situation where if, let's say, I'm not there and it just say I must take the selfie and I'm in the loo, or do I take the phone with me? Those are the 2 questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Very good questions. Okay, the first one. Sure, this is a tricky one because when it runs out of time, then you're going to have to email your college and indicate that you were doing this. This is how far you got, and then those pages that you didn't manage to upload. So you'll just have to explain what exactly happened. But this is also why, students, the demo is so important, because it will give you a lot of practice about uploading. So if you maybe put a document of 20 pages and then practice with the app doing that, seeing how fast you can do it. Because remember, on the app, they're not going to mark that script. That's just to say this is the evidence that you are submitting, that you will do on my UNISA portal, my exams portal. So don't make it like as picture perfect like you see on social media. It doesn't have to be that brilliant. Just make sure that it's visible and that they can see. Okay, it mustn't be blurry, but as long as it's visible, I'm sure they would not have too much issues with that. So use the demo, practice, see how quickly you can actually do it, because it's a skill that you're going to learn. And once you've done something so many times, you'll actually improve your time and how quickly you can do it. But don't panic. Just take your time, but do it fast that you know in 15 minutes you should be able to do it. Because let's say you've got 30 pages to do and you've got 15 minutes, so it's 30 seconds per page. That's basically what you're going to try and aim for.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, the second part of your question is a very interesting one. So if you need to go to the loo, ideally rather take the app with you, just in case you have to take a selfie, for example. Now, guys, you must just remember the sound obviously is recorded, hey? So if there are sounds, it will also be recorded and most likely flagged. But obviously, it's nothing to do with your exam. So unfortunately, it's one of those tricky, very tricky situations. So that's what we suggest. Take the phone with, rather have it there than not have it there.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Very good question, though. I like it. All right. Next is Michelle. Michelle de Klerk, please unmute yourself. Michelle, are you still there? Okay, it looks like you're gone, so then let me continue. Next is Miss Mabale. Please unmute yourself.
Good day. Just two things here. I just missed an answer to the previous one that I also had in mind when it comes to selfie notifications when the phone is on flight mode. So I missed the answer because I also had that question in mind. I missed what was your answer on that one. If the selfie notifications are gonna come through while my phone is on flight mode. And then the second one is that one that I read somewhere that you're not supposed to leave the site, and then you're also not supposed to minimize the Invigilator app. So now what happens when I am experiencing problems and then I have to communicate to the support through WhatsApp? Will I be able to access WhatsApp somewhere on the Invigilator app, or how is it gonna work? Thank you.
All right, great. Thanks for the questions. Okay, the first one, the flight mode, guys, remember the app will continue to run on your phone. It doesn't require internet during your exam. It only requires internet in the beginning when you're starting your exam, at the end when it needs to upload evidence. So in between, when you're on flight mode, the app will just continue. It's just like it'll run on your phone. So it doesn't require internet then. It's sort of the middle part of the process. So the pop-ups will happen, you'll take your pictures, it stores it in the app itself, and then it'll upload at the end. So you don't have to worry about the flight mode, but ideally put it on flight mode so you don't have any interruptions. Then if you do have a technical problem, then yes, you are able to open WhatsApp, not through the app, but you can open WhatsApp, but then you're only allowed to communicate with the WhatsApp support team and the number that we've given you guys already. Then you can just communicate. Ideally take screen grabs, whatever the error might be, or pictures, and then send it to the technical guys as well. All right, I hope that answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
All right, super. Okay, next, Jan, go for it. Please unmute yourself.
Hey, thank you. I will be very honest with you. It's my first time that I will use the app and the uploading. I write last year, I wrote the examination online, but we didn't use the app. And when I submit my assignments, I also request somebody to help me with uploading and this technological stuff, because I'm not very technological. So my question is, can I request somebody to help me, to assist me with this uploading and all these things that we talk about now? Because I'm really nervous. I will know the content of the examination, but this uploading will give me a hell of problems, a lot of problems. Thank you.
All right, Jan, yes. No, look, that one we can understand. When it comes to uploading, downloading, I mean, if someone's going to help you, that's not a problem at all. What I suggest is use the demo beforehand and make sure that that person's there with you, and that person must understand that they cannot talk to you really, saying, yeah, do this, do that, because I mean, that will be flagged then, hey? They'll pick up there's some sort of communication happening, and then they have to review the whole thing. So use the demo, have the person with you, so that person will then know, okay, I'm going to help you download, and then I'll help you upload when you've finished. So in that way, it will be maybe less stressful for you, that both of you understand what's going to happen. But just remember, it is an exam, so ideally that person mustn't be there with you the entire time, because it'll be quite hectic. Imagine 3 hours sitting there with someone writing an exam. So it's just a little bit of planning, but Jan, do the demo. It will take away the stress. It will make you feel more comfortable. You can do this demo as many times as you want, and doing the pictures and the selfies, you will get more comfortable with it. And then after that, you see it shouldn't be too much of a stress.
No, thank you very much. I will do this demo. I will also request a person not to talk, but we will do this demo because I know I will know the content.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
All right, all the best. Okay, next is Pendile. Please go for it. Unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, go for it. You're loud and clear.
I just wanted to find out on my module there is IRIS. Iris. Is it the same as this app?
No. Iris, guys, is the app, but for the CSET college. All right, so it's a different app altogether. So you must go look at the exams link that we posted for you. You can see Iris is also on there, so you can also go look at the support video for Iris.
Okay, thank you.
Pleasure.
Hi, sorry, you called Pindile earlier.
Oh, I thought that was Pandile speaking. My apologies. Guys, let's please follow the list of the names. Otherwise, I thought it was you. Okay, go for it.
Okay, mine is more of a concern. I was writing October, November exams last year, and one of the paper, actually I was writing 4 of them and the others were fine. But one of the paper came back and said I did not upload the photos on the Invigilator. My problem is I don't remember any of them not being uploaded. And now I cannot even prove it because when I go to the Invigilator, it doesn't show what I've uploaded. It only shows the reference. Then I sent WhatsApp to the Invigilator. They said they can't help me with that information.
Shucks.
So how do I prove that I've uploaded the information? Or how do I see that what they are saying I didn't do, I did it and proved to them? I'm writing on Friday the supplement, and I feel it's unfair for me to write this paper again.
Yeah, I can imagine. But you've got the reference number from the app itself.
Yes, yes.
Sure, Richard. In this situation, what would happen then?
So what you need to do is, as well, those links we sent, the email addresses to the colleges for the exam support, write them an email, give their reference number, explain to them the situation, and then because they will then send you a form that you need to complete for appeal, that you had problems with the Invigilator app. So just write to your college with the exam support email. It's in the chat. I'll post it again. And then from there, they will be able to assist you with your query. I think remember the app, the Invigilator app is a outside company, so it will be better if you request it with that reference number from inside, and your lecturer might be able to follow it up with them because they've got higher privileges to access back information, you can basically say.
Actually, on the email, they sent an email with to say what I've passed on the Invigilator and what I've failed. And one of them was I was out of the app for 5 minutes. The other one was I didn't upload. So I sent an email to the person that they said I must respond to. It was Shiva something. Then that guy hasn't responded. It's been over since December, and we are writing now on Friday. They have not responded to my queries.
So that email that you've got there, that communication string that you've got, just forward that directly to that exam support for your college so that they can also see this is what you have done previously and you didn't get assistance.
Sure. All right.
We can copy the
Pandile,
emails again.
I hope you come right.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I got that.
All right. I would also just suggest, I'm not sure how prepared you are now for your exam for Friday, because in the event, let's say it takes a bit more time, I don't know. If I was you, I would just write the exam again, unfortunately.
Because I would write because it's the only subject left. Otherwise, I should be graduating. So I don't have a choice. I will write in the meantime.
Yeah, I definitely would do that as well. Just as a sort of a plan B, if you like, just to make sure that you can graduate. All the best for Friday, though. Hey.
Thank you.
Right, next is Londeka. Please unmute yourself. Hi, you're very soft. Can you just turn up the volume?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Sure, it's a little bit on the low side, but we'll try.
Okay, I'm using the Invigilator app for the first time this year, so my questions are based on its use. So I just want to know what's the protocol on problems when they arise, like it freezes or do something. So should I talk to the WhatsApp or should I email the school immediately? What should I do? And then can I get clarity on the 8 minutes thing? I don't know what you meant by 8 minutes, or when you were discussing when to upload the pictures. But then you also said we have 15 minutes after the exam ends to upload. So I need clarity on that. And then my last question is based on quality. So when you take pictures, is there a retake button in case like the picture quality is not great? Because when you take a picture of a laptop, the screen, you get like lines that are blurred, not blurred, like streaking across. So will that count as a good picture, or should I retake it and try to get a better picture? Also, or the app, does it run on time when you start, or does it end by the time when the exam is supposed to start? So if you're doing a 2-hour exam, if I start 15 minutes, like 5 minutes early, would it end 5 minutes early, or would it end at like 12, like the exact time that the exam ends?
All right, cool. Thank you. Let me answer the first questions. Yes, so you've got access to the WhatsApp technical team. So that would be your first port of call. So if you have any issues with the app, try to grab a screen grab and then send it to their technical WhatsApp number. Because, I mean, it will have a date time and all that information will be sitting there, the evidence as well. So that's definitely what you do first. But then you keep that evidence and you give that to the lecturer if need be, if they ask for it. Then just for clarity's sake, guys, the demo runs 8 minutes, okay? So they made it nice and short so that it's quite interactive, so that it will show you basically everything that's going to happen. Now, that 8 minutes, guys, is only for the demo. The 15 minutes that we're referring to, that's for your actual exam, and that's where you've got time then to upload all the evidence and take the pictures that you need to do. So that's 15 minutes for the actual exam, 8 minutes just for the demo. Then taking pictures, yes, those lines that you see coming across your screen when you're using your phone, that's your refresh rate of your screen. Okay, with your eye, you normally don't see it, but with your camera, it will pick it up. So as I said earlier, try just to get pictures that are fairly clear, that you can kind of see, okay, there's my information. As I said, it doesn't have to be picture perfect HD quality. No, that's not necessary. As long as they can see that there's your information, it's reasonably clear, because remember, they're not going to mark that. That's just the evidence of what you've submitting. And yeah, so that's how that would work then. So, but use the demo to practice, to see how long it will take you to do 30 pages or 20 pages, because it will take some practice, but after that you will get more comfortable. Then the last question was time. Well, basically your exam start time, I think if I remember correctly, Richard, you'll also come in here. If the exam, the whole QR code is actually set up for your exam. So all the built-in time aspects of that exam is actually linked to your QR code. So if your exam is 3 hours long and it starts at 9 o'clock, then the extra 15 minutes and all those calculations are already added to the app. So the app will have a time on the bottom right-hand corner that will actually be counting down. So you can also see how much time is left in your exam. Is that correct, Richard?
Yes. So you can start the app 15 minutes prior to the examination, and it will still give you also 15 minutes after the examination, and it will show you the time period that's still left.
Okay, super. I hope that answered all your questions.
Oh, I need clarity. So the 15 minutes before will not be counted. Will not be counted in my exam time.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Pleasure. Okay, next is Zux. Go for it. Please unmute yourself.
Afternoon. Thank you for the session. I don't know if you can hear me.
Oh, you're loud and clear. Perfect.
Oh, yes. I just want to find out. So myself and my neighbor, we're doing the exact same course. So I heard a rumor before we even wrote that the app can pick up if you guys are in close proximity. So then what I did, because I didn't want any issues, I went and wrote at my workplace. So on next week, Wednesday again, we have the exact same exam. So I want to ask, is it a problem if I'm here at home, is next door? Will there be any issues with the app, especially if we're also doing the same course?
Yeah, look, no, definitely. I would be very surprised if the app is within a couple of meters of you. Richard, I don't think it works in that manner, no. Richard,
So
what do
no,
you think?
you really don't have to worry about it. It's only say it gets flagged that they suspect there was, say your neighbor, for instance, they suspect he was cheating, and they'll say, okay, you guys, one of the things they will look at is then the proximity. But remember, they don't make a decision upon what your proximity is. Is there evidence of voice, you were chatting to him, or you shared information, it's like a sentence that's copied directly. So you don't have to worry about the proximity. That only also comes into play if they pick up, with one of the people that was close by to you, that they have some irregularities. But you don't have to go through the effort of going to work. You can stay at your home, and it's quite far. It's the distances it can pick up quite. If it's a few meters almost, so you really don't have to worry about that.
Okay. No, that's fine. Thanks for answering my question.
All right, all the best, Zux.
All right, thanks.
All right, next is Mabunza. NG, please unmute your mic and ask your question.
How are you?
Good, and you, go for it.
Yeah, good, thanks. Okay, my question is that when you're saying that, like, I had like many answers and like I'm satisfied about them. So what I was asking is that, like, am I allowed to maybe open my textbook during the exam? Yeah, that's my specific question.
All right, remember, you're not the first person to ask this. Guys, it is an exam. It's an official exam that you're writing. Sure, I know that's a real ethical thing that you're asking there. I know open book exams, that's self-explanatory. The books are open, it's not a problem. But the other exams, it's a different thing. But just remember, if you're turning pages, it might pick it up. The app might pick up the sound of turning pages, so it might be flagged. Yeah, no, look, it's on the ethical side, hey? You kind of need to be ethical with regards to using textbooks when you're writing your exams. Yeah, Richard, anything on your side?
Yes, so remember, you can only use your textbooks once if it's an open book. And also a recommendation is, remember the ones that's closed book, they also got a very strict time constraints. So if you're even going to try with your textbooks, usually you're going to waste so much time finding the information that you're going to lose the opportunity of perhaps answering different questions. So then it's highly unadvisable that you use it. So if you are communicated that it's open tech or open book, then you can use resources. Otherwise, you must approach it just like a normal exam, where you sit and answer the questions as fast and clear as possible without using additional resources.
So to ask you again, I understand you. Like, I just want to be clear. So, like, they didn't specify whether it's an open book or like we don't, like, I just want to know that whether it's an open book or
So
like,
your lecturer
Richard,
will let you know.
Can I come in? Richard?
Yes,
can I come in? It's Pumza, yes. Mabunza, I think this exam, treat it like any other normal exam that you previously wrote at a face-to-face center. If it's an open book, I think it would be communicated with you that the exam is open book. If it's not communicated formally, it wouldn't be an open book exam. For academic integrity students, this exam is just like any other normal exam, venue-based. What you didn't do there at the venue-based is what you will not do again on the online exam. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thanks, guys. All right, next, Mutsane, please unmute.
So much. I never thought you'll get to reach me. I've been raising this hand for the longest time. Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're loud and clear. Sorry, there were so many hands
I understand.
raised.
Yes, I can see the countdown. There's 240 left, I think. Okay, thank you so much. Tell me, I know this question has been asked many a times, and I don't know, I don't get it because of I have a different way of asking it. My question is back to the uploading, right? Tell me, can I, after I've converted everything to PDF, because of on UNISA, we have to convert it to PDF. Can I convert it to PDF and find a way of transferring it to my phone, and where it says upload the document, will it give me an option of uploading like from your phone? Like when it says upload, it wants you to take a picture.
Okay. Absolutely, it's not necessary to. I'm assuming you're using your laptop to write the answers?
Yes.
Absolutely, you don't need to transfer anything to your phone. What happens is the app allows you to take pictures, right? And then the app itself will take all that evidence and convert it into a PDF that it stores for itself. Okay?
Okay.
Then on the UNISA side, rightly, as you said, you need to save it as a PDF. That is perfect. And now that PDF you will upload on the My Exams portal.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is I need to take a normal picture from the laptop, and then the app will automatically convert that to a PDF. And then another question while on that, I saw when you were showing the last page of uploading, right? Because of its multiple page, there's that cross button where you upload, and at the bottom left, there's a right sign. So that right side, after uploading that right sign, it allows you to add multiple pictures, or how does it work? Or I keep on clicking that plus sign and then take a picture for another page, plus sign, or after a plus sign as a one document, after taking the first picture, I use that bottom left right sign to add more pictures.
Now that's a very good question, because this is where the demo comes in. So do the demo, because the demo is at the end, it's going to request you to upload pictures. So use the demo, put a document on your screen and take pictures of it. Practice it a few times as well, so that you get comfortable doing it, that you understand how the features of the phone work with the app, and that how quickly you can actually do those pictures. So just in case you've got 20, then you know in 15 minutes you can easily do 20 pages. So that's what I'm suggesting to you, because I think if you do it that way, it'll answer yourself and you'll be very comfortable then.
Okay. All right. One more question, because now I'm on the demo now. So I'm afraid, because there's a start assessment. So I don't want to start assessment first, or when I start assessment, it will ask me a QR code for a demo or what?
Yes. Perfect.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Let me see if, scan, enter exam. You know what? It gives me scan QR code and then enter exam access code. Which one is the demo between the two?
Okay, so on the screen right now, you've got two choices. You can either scan the QR code itself, or the second option is you can simply type it in. It's the 2BF9E0C. So that QR code then is linked to the demo.
Okay. And then I can proceed from there and play around. Does it give us many chances, multiple times to play around it, or it gives you a
Yes.
number of
As many times as you need. That's why I always recommend it. People must just do it until it becomes second nature.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I think that's all for my end. I
All right.
appreciate
Thank you so
David.
much.
Thank you. Pleasure.
All right.
Bye.
Well, not bye. Please stay online. We're not finished yet.
No, yes, I'm here.
Sorry, Richard.
Thank you.
Hi, David.
Yes, go for it. You're unmuted already. Excellent. Go for it.
Yes, sorry for jumping the queue. Can you hear me?
Yes, you are clear.
Oh, okay. You're speaking to Alvin. From Namibia, actually. I just would like to encourage my fellow students to try the demo. You know, I've been following this session from the onset, and I've done the demo like 3 times, and I had plenty of questions, and all has been answered. So I just want to encourage the students to do the demo. It will answer all your questions. I think that's all I want to say.
Great. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. So there we go, colleagues. Really, doing the demo is the key. Okay, Nelly, just wait for the next person, hey? You're almost next in the queue. All right, cool. Next one is Promise. Glagla, please go for it. Are you there?
Hello, sir. It's an old hand.
Okay,
old
no
hand,
problem.
so
Great stuff.
bye.
All right, no problem. Nelly, yes, go for it. Now you can go for it.
Hey, Richard, how are you? Hello, are you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, Richard. I have a question here. I was reading this module on last year, but I was using the app and all those stuff. So I'll follow all the instruction. I just using the scripted papers when I'm writing. Then I try to upload when I'm finishing my exam. But when I check my results, I was absent. I don't know why. But I also doing the follow up and also sending the email to the lecturer, but I didn't get the response. So until today, but I didn't get my results. I'm trying to re-register again because I don't know what's gonna happen actually.
So
Richard?
unfortunately, yes. So that situation. So you did get results for your.
Yes, for my
So your
last year, because I'm still on keep repeating on this module because the result come back with absent. I
okay.
don't know
So
what's
what you
gonna happen because
yeah.
beg your pardon?
So what you need to do is that my exams email when you write to them so you'll have to choose the email that's for your college. I'll post it again in the chat. So you have to write to them and that you say you want to appeal your previous mark so that they re-look at it. So just make sure when you write to them that you mention that you have done it all correctly, you don't understand the mark that you received, so you want to appeal for a remark or revision of your previous mark. So in the meantime, if you can, so did you write it to that your college exam support?
Yes, I did because I was contacting even the lecturer. The lecturer said I was working at home due to the COVID stuff. Okay, I was keep on writing the email. Almost it's 14 emails there. I do, but I didn't get any response on that.
So unfortunately, with that situation, you have to then just copy your lecturer in and that exam portal because they do eventually reply to the emails. If that doesn't work, then you must just find out who's your college dean so that you can take it up with them as well to just escalate the situation.
Because I'm scared now to writing again. Maybe my results come back to absent. Because I don't know what's gonna happen.
No, still, if you can
Because I
go.
follow all the instruction. I was using even the app. I was taking the photo, even the first page and also the last page. I was submitted. I get the response, and yes, you are submitted. Do you understand that report with the? But I didn't get the response on my email. That's the thing. The only thing that I have is the proof that I did submit, and I print that proof.
That you did prove. Yes, so remember now, so you can continue with your appeal for the previous one, but if you now have to rewrite, do the rewrite, and if you have to register, do it in the registration period, because that they can then always turn around. So continue with your current one. And remember also when you submit on the exam portal, it usually gives you a reference number as well. Just make sure you've got that reference number also saved.
Yes, I have all those proof.
Oh, okay. So then you've got a very good case. So just follow up with the emails. But if you got the chance to write again, do it still while they are processing your appeal.
Do you have the rights the rights email address? Where can I send this appeal? Because I was spoken to the lecturer, but I didn't get environmental education and environmentally.
So it's I'll just have a look and I'll send it to you.
Okay, please. And I also have another question. Okay, since I'm downloading the invigilation, and I also going to use my laptop. So where can I go if I want to download the paper, the exam paper? Can I go to the exam and also download and print it out, or I just work on the, like I just work the question paper and also I just put the response on the side, because maybe I just need to print it out and then I have on my hand. But because I heard you keep on saying the invigilators, they're just recording the paper that you turn. Maybe they cannot just recording those noises of turning the page once I printed the question paper.
No. So you can print the tissue paper, even you know, if you turn a page or anything like that, it's not going to get flagged for those type of sounds. So you don't need to worry about it. So you do everything still on your laptop. You just start the app. You do everything on your laptop. You print it out. You complete it, and you submit to Myonisa, and you upload to the app still as well. So remember just to upload to Myonisa and the app, and then you will be good.
Okay, if I do not have the printing machine in the same room, I need to go and print to another places and I come back to write the exam to other room. Did
Just
they
take your
have any
phone.
problem on that?
Just take your phone
With
with
me
you when
there.
you go. Yes, yeah.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Do not forget about my email.
No, I'll check now quickly. Okay.
Okay, cool,
Okay.
Melly. All right, no problem. Just check the chat there. Michael, please unmute. Michael, are you still there? Okay, let's move on then. Next is Cynthia. Please unmute.
Hi.
Hi, Cynthia. You're loud and clear. Go for it.
Okay, noted there two Cynthias. The one speaking is Cynthia with an S. I'm not sure that that's my team.
Yep, that's you.
Okay, thank you.
I'm just going to reduce the sound.
Okay, I just wanted to ask, or for an open book exam, is one restricted? Hello, sorry, I'm getting some feedback.
All right, go for it, Cynthia.
Okay, for an open book exam, is one restricted to using only the prescribed material, or they can go outside the prescribed material? Particularly in the instance where I heard you mention that one has to take photos of all the material that they will be using. I joined the meeting a bit late, so I need clarity on that. And also, if I can also get clarity on the My Exam app, how that is done in terms of getting the code and just starting the exam. And also, is there any other material that needs to be taken in terms of the pictures on the Invigilator app, apart from the ID, selfie, and a picture of the PDF document that is that to be displayed on the laptop if one is using a laptop? Thank you.
All right. So your first question was about the materials. Now, with the open book exam, remember it's just an exam, just like any other exam. So you're going to type up your answer most likely on your laptop, and that is what you're actually going to take pictures of. Hey, so you're not going to take pictures of the books and things, just your answer. And that's what you're going to upload on the app. So I do suggest do the demo because it does have that feature in where you actually need to take screenshots and practice it with your laptop. Make sure that you're comfortable doing it that way. Just remember the procedure of the exam is you're going to go onto my exams portal. You're going to download your exam paper. It'll have the QR code. Then you'll start up the app. You'll scan in the QR code and then the exam will start at the time that it needs to start. And then you will have all the pop-ups and the things that it will request from you. Again, we do recommend do the demo so that you can practice taking a picture of your ID and your selfie and just getting used to the app that makes a noise. Look, the demo is only 8 minutes long so that it allows you then to see all the different features that you're going to expect in your exam. So ideally, have your smartphone next to your laptop and then you use your laptop to do the actual exam. That would be the ideal situation. All right, I hope I answered all your questions.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Hi. Hello. Hi. Sorry for jumping in. I'm going to attend a meeting now. I just wanted to check with you. After uploading all the relevant documents on the app, do I receive a notification like on my email?
I know the app does have a reference that is available once you log in. You'll see it on the top left-hand corner that you can see. In terms of an email, Richard, is there any email that the app sends? Confirmation?
No, the app doesn't send any confirmation.
Okay, then it's just a reference that you find inside the app itself.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye. Yes, I did see your hand earlier. Okay, so no problem, Ariana. Thank you for letting us know what the question was. Okay, Tobeka, please unmute yourself.
Hi, sorry, I got cut off earlier.
Code before.
Are you back, Michael? Okay, right, Michael, just wait for Tobeka to finish and then we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Thanks, Michael. Okay, go for it, Tobeka.
Hi, I got cut off earlier with the question. I'll be writing using, because the module that I'll be writing, it requires a lot of calculations and I'm not familiar with some of the keynotes on the laptop. So I will print the exam paper. I'm on my UNISA now, where it gives you all your exams and your assignments. It does give an option of uploading the exam. So I want to find out. I print the exam paper out. I write using my hand, and then I scan to my emails or to my documents and I save it there. And then when it's time for me to upload, how do I upload on the app? Do I take it while still a hard copy on my hand, take pictures with the phone and upload on the app, or go directly onto the app and take pictures? Because I'll be writing using my hand. It's a calculation module that I won't be typing. I'll be doing a lot, and it's got those symbols that, some you need to write by hand and you need to create tables and you need to do all of those things. So I'm not really familiar with the Excel mathematics sums kind of applications on the laptop or on the computer for that matter. So I'll be using my hand. How do I upload with the app and on my exam site on my UNISA?
Okay, Tobeka, so what we'll do is with the app, it allows you to take pictures. So you can just take pictures of your handwritten scripts that you've done. So that's not a problem. Then with my UNISA or the My Exam Portal, then that's where you'll have to scan it in, as you said, your email. Then you can upload it from your email, then the document itself. So yes, so the app itself, just to say again, it allows you to take pictures of your handwritten scripts. That's not a problem. So even if it's a paper written, like what's in front of me right now, paper, yeah, you just take a picture of it, take all the pictures that you need to do, and then you're done with the app side of things. And then you will just have to scan it in for the My Exams portal.
Okay, one last question. Last year I was writing exams. We were not using the app, fine. But what happened was, when we ran out of time, they gave us 2.5 hours to write. And then within 2 hours, the time was up. The 30 minutes was to upload all the papers onto our exam app.
But we had so many problems with my UNISA website. It crashed. I ended up having to email my exam paper at 11 p.m. to the lecture because I had to email the lecture and constantly communicate with the lecturer that I'm having problems running around town looking for places that are still open to scan because there was no place where I could scan an email to the lecture direct. There was a crash on the systems because even at work where I was writing exams, we were down on our internet. Eunice's site was down. Now, what happens now? I managed to send via my app on my phone, but when I'm submitting online now with UNISA, maybe UNISA there's too much going on. Like when there's too much people on the internet, sometimes it gets slow and it crashes and we run out of time. What happens then? Do you still get? It was my luck. The lecturer managed to get the exam paper and I passed. But I'm now concerned with all these nitty-gritties that are happening with this new app technology thing that's coming up. What happens if something it doesn't communicate during that time? And I'm hearing other students saying that they submitted and they were told they were absent and some it didn't go through. This is my last module. I need to graduate this year. I can't. So I need assistance with that one. What happens if it doesn't go through or maybe I run out of time? Not because I've run out of time, but UNISA's website says you've run out of time on the exam.
Okay, so if you're experiencing technical problems, what I suggest is gather that evidence, do screenshots, screen grabs, grab that evidence. With the Invigilator app, there's a dedicated WhatsApp number that you can contact. It's not for voice, it's only for WhatsApping. And there's a technical team sitting in the background that would help you then as well. If all else fails and you've got your evidence and the systems are not working, then there's an email address that Richard has posted. You can send an appeal form and you can fill in all your evidence and then put the ball back in UNISA's court if you like, with regards to then what would happen next. Richard, is there anything else you would suggest? Or Dr. Pumza?
Nothing much, David, except to say students just need to go through the demo, practice more, and it would be much easier.
Thanks.
Yes, and unfortunately, remember Invigilator side, it's the Invigilator support side, and for any problems, really follow up with the official exam support emails. They are there to help you, and they do take some time sometimes. So just give it also time so it runs through the process so that they can get to you.
All right, so Ndeka, I hope that helps, but let's just hope everything goes smoothly.
Okay.
All right, Michael, go for it.
Yeah, I tried the demo hub recently and I have some questions. It's asking me to upload my ID or student card, and I don't have anything student card right now. Then my ID expired last month and it's still on process. The new one is not out. That's for my international passport. So I have my national ID, which is for my country. So it's not South African based. I don't know if I can use that as well. So that's why I'm asking to be sure.
All right, thanks, Michael. So it's a verification problem, really. You're going to have to check your exam rules. They do outline exactly what's required in terms of the documentation. Any suggestions, colleagues?
If you've got a valid, even from your country, a valid ID, remember, all I want to do on that ID is also just to confirm that it is you writing. So if your name is on there with a picture, then you can just use that identification as proof of your identification. So any official identification, I'm going to say document with your photo and full name will be valid.
Okay, thank you.
All right, great stuff. Thanks, Michael. Next is Kadi. Rachel, go for it. Kadi, Rachel, are you still there?
David, you're muted. I think let's go to Lorraine. You can
Lorraine?
unmute.
Sure, I know we've been busy 2.5 hours. I don't know if guys have gone for a coffee break. Okay, we'll come back to Lorraine then. Next then is Siyabonga. Please unmute. Wow, 3 strikes. That's quite unique. All right, Siyabonga, if you're not there, okay, no problem. We're going to move on. Then next
I'll
is
take the opportunity to jump in because I think my name must have been called out and I had to go take a work call for like the past 20 minutes. And then I just logged back in to put my hand up and now I'm at the bottom of the queue again.
Okay, no problem. Go for it, Nomfundo.
Hi, so part of my questions have already been answered and it's just about the uploading part. It's a funny story, but I've written for the past 2 years with the Invigilator app and I've had no problems, even though I can now admit that I actually might not have uploaded some of my scripts. Lucky for me, all of them except for one have been marked. And this is the last module that I'm left with. And it wasn't marked because I now realize I didn't upload to the Invigilator app. And now with the uploading, I've understood that I must take pictures of the script. I'm going to be writing on my laptop. And what I want to know is the picture. Do I have to worry about the actual laptop showing or does that not matter?
And no, don't worry about the laptop. As long as that's basically your camera must just be pointing at what you've written. That's all you need to show.
So the part where the hardware shows that it's Dell and the keyboard, that doesn't matter because I don't want to waste time finicky about what it looks like.
Yes, perfect. Just your actual evidence of your written exam. That's all you need.
Okay, thank you so much.
And all the best, eh?
Bye, thanks.
All right, cool. Let's see, is Kadi, Rachel, are you back? Okay, so far nothing. Okay, Lorraine. Also nothing. Siyabonga. All right, still also not here. Next then is Tsidzidze. Tsidzidze from Transnet. I'm picking up Transnet. Are you there? Go for it. I see you've unmuted at least. Go for it. Ask your question. You can speak. Go for it. I can see you are unmuted, so you can just speak. If you have problems, guys, just use the chat. We can also go that way. But I'll come back to you because I see at least you were active. Emmanuel, go for it. Ask your question.
Good day.
Hi, you're loud and clear. Go for it.
Yes, my question, I think it's very similar to the question that was asked earlier on by, I think, Sylvia, with regards to the online examination, especially with the CMY 3706 and 3708. So my question is that I went on my UNISA on the exam portal to check out the video there for the online exam, but the video, it doesn't also show where are we going to find the QR code, the access code, because we are now rewriting the 2 modules because of last year there was no way on my UNISA where there was maybe a guideline or something that showed us where to find the QR code. So I'm also very concerned with that because I'm now going to rewrite the modules next week. And even now, I still find myself wondering where am I going to find the QR code.
Okay, so there's 2 ways. Check the announcements for the module and see what the lecturer is posting. And then when you download the exam paper, as far as I'm aware, it's going to be the very first page that you see is the QR code.
The thing is with the online exam, when you open the online exam, it automatically you get the first question of the exam. Because when I go to the exam portal now, and then I go to the video that is there, that is uploaded under the examination and assignment and examination tips, it usually it shows what I'm saying. You just enter your student number and then the exam opens, and then there comes the first question of the exam.
Are there multiple choice questions?
Yes.
Richard, shucks.
Yes. Are you sure the module you're writing is being invigilated? Usually when you go for even multiple choice, it gives you first a page where you, unless you're now doing a demo, where you have to confirm that you're going to do your own work with like a little tick box that you have to do to confirm that you agree this is your own work and you're not being assisted. And on that page, where they give the description is where they give the QR code for multiple choice. If that is not the case, then it would have been that your lecturer would have given it to you either with your My Life email or on the announcements. So just to make sure for your specific case, since you say you're going to the first question, email your lecturer and just find out where are they going to provide for your module the QR code. But usually it's the first page when you start the examination for multiple choice where they give the instructions, do they give the QR code, or it's a written or it's the first page, or if it's some also prefer to send it through the My Life email address. So for your specific case where it goes directly to the first one and you're not sure where the QR code is going to be provided, your lecturer, because your lecturer has not communicated to you yet, just email your lecturer directly to find out how they're going to give you the QR code for the exam.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Cool.
I thank you. I understand.
All right. Super. Okay, Chilidzitse. Okay, you can unmute now.
Hi, Richard. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, great. I just have 2 questions. I'm inquiring about the application of the Invigilator Iris apps with regards to 48-hour open book exams. I'm just finding that the criteria, what it is that these apps are looking to track, would be very difficult for 48-hour exams, especially because both of my exams that I'm writing over 48 hours run over an entire weekend. And I'm due to submit. So I start on Friday evening and I'm due to submit on a Monday. So if the apps are tracking things like voices and movement, at some point I will move because I would need to take a nap. Or move around or go eat because it's a 48-hour exam. Plus, it's an open book exam. I checked on my UNISA to check on the list of exams that the Invigilator app applies to, and I noticed that it was last updated, I think it said 31 August 2021. So there isn't an up-to-date list in terms of exams that we're writing now in Jan-Feb 2022. And I was just inquiring, where can we go to find to establish if our if the particular subject is going to be subject to the Invigilator or the Iris app. So that's the one question. I've also emailed both my lecturers just to find out from them, but because information has been trickling in so slowly, especially with the revised exam dates, I'm just worried that I might not get a response back from my lecturers in time in that regard. Then The second aspect that I wanted to inquire is with regards to the loading of the exams. So this is the first time for me writing an online exam. Is it that once I access my exam paper online on the My UNISA, as you were showing earlier in the session, once I'm done with that exam, would I then be able to upload it back on the system? Because based on what is written on my exam timetable, it talks about uploading a PDF. And how it narrates it, it almost sounds as though I would take a similar approach as how I usually upload my assignments, because it talks about also completing the plagiarism form, but I'm not sure. How would it work? Are we loading the exams both on the portal, on the My UNISA portal, as well as the apps, if they are applicable, or how is that going to work?
Okay. All right. So basically, just remember there's two different uploads that you do. The one goes through the app, and the second one is where you upload your actual answer that's going to be marked on the My Exams portal. So those are the two different places that uploads will happen. Now, if you do the demo, it's pretty much going to show you how the app side of things work, and taking selfies and taking pictures of yourself, and obviously right at the end your scripts as well, and you'll see how that process unfolds. That's why we recommend do the demo as many times as you possibly can. Then obviously with the My Exam side of things, you're going to download, you're going to do your answer, and then you're going to upload your answer back in the same place where you downloaded, and that's the script that UNISA actually marks. Okay, so hopefully that will answer the second question. The first question, Richard, what is your suggestion?
I just want to find out, are you with the College of Engineering Sciences?
No, I'm with the College of Law.
College of Law. See, the Invigilator app does not work for, how can I say, over a time period of 48 hours. It's not made for such an examination. It's for one sitting we do 4 hours. So usually either, say they tell you within that 48 hours you have to sit for 3 hours and do the complete assessment, then it might be using the Invigilator app. But if they say you've got, they give it to you, you can complete it on your own over that period, then it won't be using the Invigilator app. Because the app is not designed for that circumstances. So follow the link that David posted in the chat to see if your module is there. But if it's, these assessments that they do over a week, for instance, and all that, they're not being invigilated with the Invigilator app. And the only college that uses the IRIS app is the College of Science Engineering. So then it means you won't have any invigilation. So most likely, unless they say you have to sit for 2 hours or 4 hours and complete it during that time period. But you can't start or stop, and it's not made for very long examinations. That's more than 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. Thank you very much for that clarity. Can I just request, maybe if it's not too much of an ask, the link that was shared where we can go check if our respective subjects are subject to the IRIS or the Invigilator app. Could you please just maybe load it again on the chat? I'll check it now, and then I'll go and check if my subjects are there. But the 48-hour exams is not subject to any qualification. Basically, they just indicate that from 4 p.m. you're able to download the exam, and then you have to have uploaded your answers by 8 a.m. 48 hours later.
Okay. Now that won't be used the Invigilator app, because the app can't run that long. That's it will go die out in the end. So definitely, in that situation, it won't be the Invigilator app unless they've got a different method of invigilating, but that they should have then communicated to you already. So that won't. But to go to the link, just make sure that you also get peace of mind. I'll ask David just to post the link again in the chat.
All right, I just did again.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Okay, next up is Fikayo. Please unmute.
Hello, everyone. How are you today?
Good in you.
Yeah, please. My question is in line with the last speaker. I'm also in College of Law. I'm a master's student. So first and foremost, I want to find out, is this applicable to master's student? That is one. I've checked the app. My modules are there. And on the timetable, initially when the timetable was out, all the exams said 4 hours, but the individual lecturers came to us and said, some are 24 hours, some are 48 hours. So I need to find out now, how do we, what do we do? If the timetable says 4, they said they are working with the exams department to ensure that we'll be able to upload after 24 hours. So will this still app be applicable to us if it's a 24 hours exam, or it's a portfolio now? They said it's a portfolio. So one set is a 24 hours, the other set is a 48 hours. And from your responses, the app does not allow for an elongated exam. So what do we do? Do we go back to our lecturers, or please advise?
Okay, so remember, when it comes to exams and communication, you get your lecturer is the one that you follow. It doesn't matter what they say, that's the correct answer, because they're the ones that does the assessment. So,
okay.
Yeah, in this case, you can just write to your lecturer, let them know you looked for it. It says it was invigilated, but you now spoke to the people and there's no possible way it's going to work. So most likely they're going to tell you they changed it. It was probably initially going to be a 4-hour invigilated session, and then afterwards they converted it to a portfolio type of assessment. So as soon as it's a portfolio type of assessment, that also generally does not get invigilated, because it's a collection of your work that you do. So just for your peace of mind, you contact your lecturer, but I can guarantee you if they change it from a set time that you had to do to a 48 hours, the initial one was probably set to be invigilated, but the 48 hours one will not be invigilated.
Okay, thank you very much for. Okay, thank you. I will do that. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, next is Ethan. Please unmute.
Thanks, Richard. Greetings, everyone. Yeah, I've got two issues. I joined pretty late inside the questions section, so I'm just checking with you if I can have access to this recorded session. I see it's being recorded. That's number one. Number two, yeah, from the questions, yeah, I got some concerns around the issues that people who have gone through some of the exams, what they've gone through, like issues around exams, and particularly not getting feedback and the response after they've raised issues about exams. I've heard another lady speaking of 14 emails unanswered and unresponded to. I know that this could be outside the scope of what we are doing here and what you guys, Richard and Tim, are looking at. But by way of feedback, is there a way of putting this back to you to know people better who are responsible of communication and stuff, if we consider that issues of exams and stuff are, for some, life matters, career matters. If you look at social media, there are issues of people who have plunged into depression, and the way stories are told around exams, effects of exams and stuff. So, yeah, by way of encouragement or by way of a request, is there a way you can give this feedback that came from this session around feedback and concerns being raised around exams and communication from UNISA? Yeah, that's my two issues. Thanks.
Yes, thanks, Ethan. Yes, we will. We will report on the sessions that we've had and concerns that students are raising. Richard did say earlier that there is email addresses in the chat that you can access. Maybe just repost those email addresses that you can actually then email the college, your applicable college, exam department. And of course, if it's in writing, it's great, because then you've got a trail that you can also refer to. And if you're not really coming right, then you escalate it to the dean of that college as well. So there is a process that you can follow. And of course, yes, communication is very important considering how UNISA is operating and online. So definitely just see the emails that we will just repost them again, and then hopefully those issues can get resolved.
The first question, sorry.
Okay,
around the recorded session.
Okay, in the chat, I've added the link to the YouTube channel where we're going to upload the session. You can also already watch the session from last week. It's already uploaded. Just to also address the concerns of the students, you guys, look, we're on the student support side, so we do report back to where we can make improvements. That's why we also note all the problems that we pick up. But also from your side, always reach out to your SRC as well, even if you're regional SRC or your national SRC, because they are your voice when it comes to, when they sit on the boards for the examinations. So really I advise you as well to use those channels if you run into problems so that they can raise it within the university. But we also report on it and give feedback to management. And that's why we're doing the sessions as well, just to help you out with all the little hurdles so you can get started. But yes, so for the first question, I've added the link again for the YouTube channel. And then also a document where it's just a short summary of everything we covered that's being covered in the presentation. And then also if you have any problems within UNISA with the exam platform, those are the emails that you use to for your college to report any problems.
All right, thanks, Ethan. Good question. Just please check the chat for the info that we're posting for you guys, and please do the demo. Hey, I keep saying that. Just do the demo as many times as you possibly can. Next up is Sasima. Please go for it. Unmute yourself.
Hi, Richard. I'm sorry to be rude. Guys, I'm really sorry for being rude and for jumping the queue. The network is going to be kicking me out sooner or later because we are encountering bad weather this side. I just have one question.
Go for it.
Last year, October, November, I did my exam and I opened the app. The app kicked me out or responded as I submitted late while I was submitting within the 1 hour extension of submitting. The exam was 3 hours and the 4th hour was for submitting. I submitted on time on my UNISA's portal for submitting the exam, but the app responded as I was submitting late. So I could not even get my results back for that module. I only saw the module in the supplements exam timetable. So I don't even know to what mark am I supplementing the module to. So how does the app do that? Or how do I treat something like that?
Okay, so remember the exam portal gives you 1 hour. The app only gives you 15 minutes. So that's why as soon as the 3 hours are done, you first submit, take the screenshots and start uploading with the app, and then you do the MyUNISA uploading. So just remember that distinction. The app is 15 minutes and the exam portal is the 1 hour. I didn't quite get the second part. Is it will the app know which ones are you writing again? Remember, it will give you a new code when you go write, so it logs in for that specific session that you will be writing. So that's how it will, when you get the QR code on the exam paper or the instruction screen, that's how it will know which one you are going to be writing at that session.
Oh, okay. So within this 1 hour of submitting that we are extended for in the exam, the app just gives you 15 minutes.
Yes, yeah. So that's why it's important. As soon as you're done, first do the app part, so you're done with it, and then you sit and do the MyUNISA uploading or the My Exams uploading.
Thank you very much, because the school is taking forever to respond to this question of mine. And in that way, it makes sense because I submitted at 22 closing to that hour of which I was given.
Mm.
But I was very, very upset by the fact that I don't even know what mark am I supplementing. I remember that the response I got from the Invigilator app, not the Iris app, was I was late, and I did not understand how am I late, because they have received my exam, my script on the my UNISA, and they have responded on my email saying that they have received my script.
So I would also still write to your college the exams email and see if you can't appeal that decision. That was what happened. I think the appeals process is still open. So, but you're going to write now anyway, still right, but still also follow the appeals process. If you
Okay,
can.
so I should write to my college.
Yes, so
Because-
we posted the email. So it's, for instance, say your College of Law, then it's C Law exams. If it's CAS, then it's CAS exams. So depending on which college you are, they have different emails.
I'm in College of Education.
Let me see. So it will be CEDU exams, CEDUE exams, or CEDU exams.
Thank you very much. My apologies for barging in and jumping the queue.
No problem. Okay, sorry, Semesa.
Hello.
Sema, go for it.
It's the Sema, no stress. The question is really about the app itself, right? I started with the app on Monday, my first exam. I just want to know, after you've uploaded all your documents, like within that should the app be taking you back to the, because I know I was doing that, and then after that, it gives me a message saying that the exam can only start between 5 and 8:45. So I don't know if I should be restarting the assessment again and scanning the code, or should it just be staying at that page?
Sure, I couldn't really hear the question. Richard, did you manage to get the gist of the question?
Yeah, you broke up a bit. So what you say is you scanned the code and then it just stayed. You didn't go proceeded to the assessment part.
Okay.
Can you just quickly repeat the question, please?
Okay. Remember when we start the assessment, we have to scan the code, right?
Hmm?
When we start the assessment, we have to scan the code, right?
Yes.
Yes. And then after that, during that 8 minutes, you have to take like a picture of yourself, picture of your ID, and the script. And then you submit in that 8 minutes.
Yes. So that's the demo.
Okay, that's the demo.
Yes. So that means if it's the 8 minutes, then you did the demo. For your real one that you're going to do, remember you scan the code that you get on your exam paper, or it might be emailed to you by your lecturer. So it's a very unique code, and that's one specific to that exam. So that one will then be the duration of the entire exam.
Okay.
Okay.
So after scanning and uploading everything, does it start again? Does the 8 minutes start again or what?
Yeah, so after you scan it in, you submit it. So it uploads to the app. And then you also have to upload to the exams portal. So once it's uploaded, you're done with the app. Then the app also will tell you finish and you're done. So remember, after your examinations, what happens is after, say it's a 2-hour examination, when 2 hours is up, you first take the pictures with the app of your script, if it's a written exam, and then you upload the images, and then you upload to My Exams, because you only get 15 minutes for the app and 1 hour for the UNISA exam portal.
So how do you upload to my exam? Do you send it via something? Or do you send it via
Yes. No. So I'm not quite hearing you well, but what I think is, so with the app, you just take pictures
Yeah.
And with UNISA, you have to, if it's on your computer, you upload a document, or if it's a written exam that you wrote out with your hand, then you have to scan it in and upload it to my UNISA, or UNISA exam portal. But with the app, it's only photos. You don't send it to it or anything like that.
Okay, nice.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. If you can, just please, if you're not 100% happy, just post in the chat, and then we can definitely see exactly what you're asking. Because yeah, on my side also, the sound is breaking up quite a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next is Tembi. Please unmute.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for the presentation. And then my question is that my husband is working at home and constantly speaking. And then even if I'm in another room, you can sometimes hear him. So I don't know if the app will pick that up, like you can hear him now.
Yes, we can. We can hear him.
So I don't know how that's gonna happen, because sometimes they're in a meeting, sometimes they're in a group call.
Okay.
And then another question is that my app is in another phone that is not the one with the number that I've gave to you.
That's not a problem.
That's not a problem.
Yep, that's not a problem. Yeah, not a problem. The app doesn't require your cell number to be linked to UNISA. Not at all.
So on. Okay.
Yeah, so that's fine. Your first question with your hubby talking, yeah, I could actually hear him now. And there's no way it's possible you could move into another part of the house that you couldn't.
Yeah, when I do my meetings, I do go to the kiddies' room, which is upstairs.
Okay.
But because I do record the meetings, I still do hear him. So which means it's not like noise proof. But then I think maybe you guys, you'll be able to hear if it's work related stuff or what. I don't know. I'm just worried that with the flag might, I don't want to rewrite. Those things I just don't want.
Okay, yes. Look, it will be flagged if this the app picks up the sound, but obviously when the lecture reviews, I mean, they will probably not be able to even hear what the person is trying to say anyway. So it won't be exam related. So therefore, I don't think they will penalize you.
Okay, because now that was my problem. It's not going to be exam, but there's a person that constantly talking that they might think something else. Yeah. Just wanted to
I'm not sure how would you be concentrating as well with him talking all the time. That's also another tricky sort of aspect.
That's what we are facing with work from home, because at work you have to bring the thingy. The test, the COVID test is from prepared to go through paying COVID test just to enter the facility.
All right, sure. Yeah, that's a tricky one. I can only suggest, because of the country situation, try your best, try to move far apart as possible, and yeah, there's not very much else you can do in your situation.
No, okay, thank you.
All right, all the best. Next is Kobitsa. Please unmute.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Actually, I have 3 questions. So it's also my first time doing an online exam. So I'm a bit anxious, but yeah, trying to handle the nerves. So I have a total of 3 questions, of which I think it was Njabulo who actually covered me a bit on the one. It relates to the time that you have to upload on the app, the 15 minutes and the 1 hour for the exam. So I just wanted to be clear that it's 15 minutes allocated to the app, and then after that, then the remaining 45 minutes, then I can deal with uploading on my UNISA. So my follow-up question there is then that will the app notify me at the start of that 15 minutes, since I mean, I would have put my phone down, so will the app notify me? So that's my follow-up question on that. And then my two other questions. First one is, so when I put down my phone, it automatically locks, right? And I saw in the presentation that I think it was Richard who indicated that the phone shouldn't lock. So my question is that, will it affect my notifications from the app when the app prompts me to take pictures? Will the fact that it's locked, be affect that? And then my last question is then, I think I'll obviously use the flight mode throughout the exams, but then my question is, when I take pictures to upload now during the exams, I noted that we actually need to disable the flight mode when we are uploading at the end. But is that the case when when the app prompts me to take pictures during the exam? Must I, put the flight mode on and off, during that time as well? Thank you very much. Those are my three questions.
Okay, so the first question with regards to the time, yes, so you've got 15 minutes with the app to upload, and then you've got an hour for My UNISA exam portal. So that's correct, it's 1 hour. But of course, yes, it won't be the full hour because that 15 minutes is kind of inside that hour as well. So there you are definitely correct. Richard, does the app give a timer once the last 15 minutes commences? I don't remember seeing that.
No, it doesn't give you a notification. So the only way to check is just on the app itself. It's got a countdown at the bottom where it tells you how much time is still left. And then it will just ping you for when you need to upload your photos, give you those notifications. So just have a timer separate from that, just to make sure that you don't go over time. Don't use the app as your timer for the examination.
Okay. All right. Then the next question is when your phone locks. So when you put it down, it automatically locks. Okay. Normally there are settings within your smartphone. Google's usually a good source. Type in the make and the model and just check the settings, because I'm sure you can switch those settings off. Then it won't lock, because if it locks or if you close the app, then of course then the session ends. And then of course,
David, if you leave the app, so say you open the app and you put your phone down and it locks by itself, it's still running in the background, and it's the primary app in the background. So you don't need to worry about the phone locking by itself. They're referring more for don't explicitly lock the phone during that session. Sorry, David. David, you're muted.
All right, thanks, Richard. Yes, the locking of the phone, I see it's something, it does come up a lot. Okay, so if your phone automatically locks, then it's fine. It will still, the app will run in the background. Okay, then I'm even answered myself on that curiosity side. Okay, then the last question you had was the flight mode. So when you start the app, you're going to need internet, you're scanning your code, the exam session starts, right? And then you go into flight mode. Then all the pop-ups and things, activities that you're going to do, the app will actually keep them inside the app. And then at the end, when your exam is finished and you have to upload your scripts, then of course, then you're going to need data again. Then all that evidence then will be uploaded in one process. The demo actually does that for you guys. If you go through the demo, you'll actually see the entire process, how it unfolds. And of course, I've been saying this so many times, please do that demo. Do it as many times as you need so that you get comfortable with the entire process. So hopefully there we've answered your questions.
You have. Thank you very much, Richard.
All right, all the best. Okay, next is Regina. Go for it. Please unmute. Are you with us, Regina?
Hey, how are you?
Great, go for it. Answer your question. Ask your
question. Yes, I want to know about the Invigilator app, because I hear you guys say if you want to go to the loo, you can go there with the Invigilator app. So I want to know if the Invigilator app
does it differentiate the sounds of the of something? Because after the loo you have to flush. Does it take it?
Regina, so remember the sound is only used if they find that they, that somebody assisted you perhaps with your assignment. Then they will only review the sound, and the sound is only reviewed to see if somebody answered questions for you. So the additional sounds of cars going by, all that is that they won't be interested in. It's only if somebody speaks and what they are saying to you is directly associated with the work. So this only happens when already the lecturer might think, oh wait, maybe these questions are a lot the same than somebody else's. They believe maybe something happened, and then you might get, they ask for that to be reviewed. The apps and the sounds as well, if certain sounds are heard, it might be flagged, but remember it still gets reviewed. Is that specific sound that it picked up now as an abnormality? Is it somebody talking to you, giving you assistance with, answering questions? And then it's only that specific sound that they will listen to as well. So don't be worried about the external sounds that it records, that's happening around you, as long as it's not somebody helping you with the answering of your questions.
All right, great. Okay, let's move on, guys. I see it's really off to one, way over our time, but it's not a problem. JJ Motseng, please unmute yourself.
Yes, David, thank you so much, and afternoon, colleagues. Yes, David, two questions for me. One is to say that I've used the app previously, and what has helped me was to follow the instructions and the demo and the document that was written by UNISA. That came very helpful, and in fact, I didn't have any issues. So I'd like to encourage our colleagues to go through the instructions, and you will have minimal problems. Now, coming back to the questions, the module that I was writing, what happened was that the question paper didn't come with the answer sheet. So I was using the laptop, so that tool then required me to create an answer sheet for myself. And as I was typing, so that means I had to print the question paper so that it can be next to me, and whilst I'm typing. Now that for me was time consuming, and the fact that I was fortunate that I had a printer nearby. Otherwise, that was going to be a nightmare. Now, a suggestion for me is, can't these question papers come with an answer sheet so that it will make things easy? As you, like if there's a question, the lecturers know exactly that, this is a 2-mark a question. So if it can have a space, so here's a question, here's a space where you can simply type. And in that way, when you are done, even in terms of uploading, because you'll simply convert the same document and upload it. I think that will be crucial. No, I think I'll simply only answer this, only ask this question only. Thank you.
All right, thanks, JJ. Yeah, look, we are documenting what the statements and what you guys are saying, so we can pass this on to the exams department, who then can speak to the lecturers and see the different ways of doing the exams and how students would be able to answer those questions. We are moving over to Moodle platforms, which seems to be way more advanced than the old Sakai one. So hopefully that will also mean a better type of exam coming in future, but we'll only know that once we get close to those times. Richard, I think it's just a matter of documenting, right?
Yes, so you just need to keep as much evidence as possible and track the record of all communication.
All right, thanks, Richard. But yes, we will document and just put it in our report as well, hey? But thanks for highlighting that. We quite appreciate it. Tobile, please unmute yourself. All right, Tobile, you're not there. All right, next is Kumbozile.
Good day, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Go for it.
Okay, sir. I've got a problem here with the Invigilator app results. Apparently, I saw somewhere in my UNISA guidelines, they said we must upload the Invigilator app results within 5 days after writing the exam. So I'm not sure how we get that those results, and where do we upload them? That's my first question. My second question is, I hear you are talking about 8 minutes of demo and 15 minutes with the actual exam. So with me, it gave me only 8 minutes. So was I using the demo or was I using the actual exam? Those are my questions, sir.
All right, the first question with regards to the uploading of the script. I think Richard, this has come up already today's session. There is nothing that the only thing the app will give you is a reference number when you've uploaded your information. But we're not aware of that you have to upload anything onto any platform thereafter. Richard, I think we must definitely see if we can figure out where is this coming from. Any suggestions?
No, we'll have to follow that up. The only thing that you can get from the app afterwards is if you open the app at the top, it asks you to, where you can see past uploads, and it gives you a reference number. So you can perhaps take a screenshot of that in the app, but it doesn't give you anything else to upload.
Yeah, that's also what I'm understanding. Okay, then with regards to the 8 minutes, just remember, guys, the QR code basically tells the app what to do, how to function. So the QR code for the demo will only be 8 minutes, definitely, and then the whole function of what you need to do and how it works. So it's all built into the QR code. So for your exam, when you use that QR code, then you will obviously get the 15 minutes and the whole setup of that specific exam paper. So it definitely will not behave the same as the demo 8-minute one in terms of the time. So that's how you know if it's the demo or not. Okay, so just remember the demo is 8 minutes, and then the actual exams that you get with your exam papers will be obviously set up according to that exam time.
Okay,
all right, I hope that answered your question.
Okay, so thank you.
All right, all the best with the exam. Okay, next is Sardina. You can unmute.
Hi there. Hi.
Yes, go for it, loud and clear.
I don't really have a question about the Invigilator app. I just have a problem with getting into my modules for 2022. I just can't seem to get in to see which of my modules are being invigilated. I've registered and paid my fees in full, and every time I try to access the app, it just doesn't allow me in. So I'm wondering if anyone could help me.
Okay, so currently what's happening is, remember, if you want to access your modules from last year, there is the My UNISA or My Modules 2021. The My Modules
Yes, I've got
2020.
into that one.
Yeah,
Yes.
so the My Modules 2022 is an upgrade they're busy with. That was launched only now in January. So there is currently a big problem issue that was raised with when we raised it already with ICT as well. So they're actually working non-stop now to resolve the problem. So it should be fixed within the next week. We should have access to those sites. So currently, it's basically everybody is not getting their modules. It's not being loaded correctly. So it is currently a national problem that is being addressed, and we'll definitely send out communication as soon as we get an answer on a resolution for what is happening. So all I can advise for now is just you can send through email to your college, but currently not even they will be able to help you. They might just be able to confirm that your payment is through. But by next week, they did tell us or they actually told us already it would have been Monday, and now we're putting them pressure on just to get it resolved by next Monday, because it is a big problem with the migration. But so just let you know, you're not alone. It is a national problem currently being addressed.
Oh, I see. Thank you so much, Richard. I really appreciate it. Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Pleasure. All right, next is Zinhle. Please unmute.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go for it.
Oh, thanks. I just, can you please clarify what I did wrong last year? I used the Invigilator app, and until the end, I was using different devices. The one I was uploading my exam and the Invigilator app on the other side. But at the end, I didn't get my results. So I don't know how much I got. Besides that, I got a sub that I don't know what I did wrong. Can you please clarify, please?
Okay, on your exam results, what did it say?
Nothing. It was outstanding until I got sub.
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't be able to answer that one, because if you submitted successfully on the app and successfully submitted on my modules, then it should have gone through to be marked. The only advice we could give you is to write to your college the contact information we gave earlier, because they can go into your specific profile. We unfortunately can't go into a specific profile to see exactly what happened, but they will be able to give you feedback on there. But it should be, if you successfully submitted on both, then it should have been marked, and they should be able to give you a reason if it was not marked.
Oh, okay. But I emailed the lectures from last year. They told me that I must contact the exam department. I did, and they don't reply on my email. So I didn't know what to do.
Did you contact your college-specific exam support?
Yes, and they didn't reply on my emails.
So which college are you?
NISA.
NISA. No, which college is it? Human Sciences, Education, Law?
A Bachelor of Arts in Health Science and Psychological Counseling.
That is probably Human Sciences. I just quickly want to see NISA.
Hi, Richard. Nikki here.
Nikki, how are you?
Good.
Hi, Nikki.
Sorry, I joined late. I was in another engagement. Can
No
I
problem.
ask the student perhaps to email me, then I'll assist in escalating to the manager that side.
Okay, great. Thank you, Nikki.
Thanks.
So, yes, please just, we've got the correct person here that also helps with exam queries, because we could only refer you to the staff that is currently working in the college. So please just send an email to Nikki. If you click on his profile, it will give you his email address. Okay, thanks.
All right, cool. All right, let's continue. Thanks, Zinhle. All right, next is Esmeralda. Please unmute.
Hey, everyone. You can hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so last, I was supposed to write exam in September, but I got a supplementary exam or aggregate exam to write now in January. So the course that I'm doing, I think it falls under Center of Lifelong Learning. It's a short course. And I checked the Invigilator app, and it says when I put in my 2 modules, where it says Invigilator app, it says no. So that means that I don't need the app. So is there any other app that I need to use then?
No, Esmeralda, it's basically, there's only two apps that we're using at UNISA. One is Iris, which is belonging to CSET, so that those students only use that Iris app. And then the Invigilator app is for the rest of us. And if your module code says it's not needed, then you're fine. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and the other thing is now, on my UNISA, one module is now missing. And I don't know what to do because I emailed the exams, I emailed my UNISA, no one respond to me. And I'm very worried about that.
You're talking about your exam timetable?
And on my UNISA, I'm writing 2 modules. So I don't know, one module just disappeared from my UNISA.
Is there still something that you need from the module site specifically?
Yes, because I need to write exam next week. And it is
No. Yeah, remember you're going to access the exam on the exam portal, not on MyUNISA.
Okay.
So that's why I'm asking if you, the best would be you'll have to contact your lecturer for that module because probably got, how can I say, taken away your name. But as long as you can access still the exam portal to go right, then you should still, and it's on your exam timetable. And you will be able to log into the exam portal next week. So remember, just go to MyUNISA, and then on the top there's a banner that slides, and you click on there. And so it's myexams.unisa.ac.za, where you log in to write your exams.
Okay, because I'm just worried what if the lecturer posts announcements on my UNISA for that specific module I can't access it.
Yeah, so still please try to contact your lecturer for that module, just to let them know that you don't have access so they can send you on any information. But usually when it's a supplementary exam, then it's you part of last year's module group. Then you don't get that many announcements on there. But still, just reach out directly to your lecturer.
Okay, I did send him an email, but I will try to contact him again. I'll send another email.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just thinking out the box, Richard and Esmeralda. It might be the settings in my UNISA. It could be under preferences where that invisible option that students like to click on, and then the module then disappears. So what I suggest is, what's your student number? Then I can contact you directly after this training, and we can run through some of the settings.
Okay, it's 754.
Yeah.
61.
Okay.
218.
Okay, I'm going to send an email to your MyLife email. You're accessing it, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, and then we can just run through some steps and just see if maybe it's not that hidden option that's causing the module to disappear.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I will also post it in the chat, my student number, just to make sure. Okay.
All right,
Thank
no
you
problem.
so much.
Pleasure. Okay, next is second last is Razani. Please unmute yourself.
Good day, sir. How are you? Good day, sir. How are you?
Good, thanks. You can go ahead.
I just want to find out when you are writing the exam, and for instance, I'll be using the laptop, and then from which I will download the exam paper, and then I will also be answering the questions on my Word document. And then so now, for instance, to be accessing the questions, I will be moving to and from the question paper and the Microsoft Word. And then is that allowed?
Rosania, didn't quite catch that. Can you just repeat the question? Or David, did you get the question?
Actually, during the examination period, I'll be using the laptop to answer the questions. And then also I'll download the question paper onto the laptop. And then during the process of of answering the questions, it means I'll be changing from the Microsoft Word to the question paper, which would be on the laptop. And then is that allowed?
So yes, so remember on your phone, you just have the app, the Invigilator, that's going to run. And then on your laptop, you're going to download and you're going to submit on My UNISA or the exam portal. So that is all allowed. And remember, when the app asks you to take pictures of your script, then you just take pictures of your screen, capturing all the pages. And it can be like half a page, depending on how big your screen is. But it will not be a problem if you do it that way.
Oh, okay. No, thanks. Actually, this is the only question that I wanted to pose.
Okay. No, thanks, Fazani.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, then our last question that we have for today, the way we're going to end it, is Paleng. Apula Paleng, go ahead.
Good day, everyone. How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm also good. My question is based on the question downloading of the question paper. I was writing on Monday, and then I didn't have the option to download the question paper. And before then, I did call the lecturer about this, and then she said she will just put the question paper on WhatsApp. So my worry is the lectures are not working. Some of them are not on WhatsApp. So I have fear that on Monday, maybe I'm not going to get the question paper. So I just want to know, how will I get the question paper? Because it looks like I'm going to struggle every time when I write the exams. I'm not sure if you understand my question.
So you're having difficulty downloading the exam paper?
I didn't even have that option to download the question paper, but I did manage to scan the QR code after they've sent to the WhatsApp group. So my fear is, if they don't send it to the group, then meaning I will be behind waiting for someone to send it to the WhatsApp group, of which when it's, let's say it's 8 o'clock, and then on the other side the Invigilator app is on, and then I'm busy chatting on WhatsApp. I think it's something outside it's not within the.
Yeah, so preferably that is not the way you want to do it with the WhatsApp groups, because that's also not official UNISA channels.
So whom am I supposed to talk? Because previously I spoke to the lecturer, and then she said she will send the question paper to the WhatsApp group. So my fear is, in the next coming examinations, what am I supposed to get? How am I gonna get the question paper?
Okay, so first, remember the first place you're going to try is on the exam portal. That's on myexams.unisa.ac.za. If you're struggling, myexams.unisa.ac.za.
Okay.
So you first click there, select your module from the list that's available there. You click and you log in, and you download your exam paper from there. If that doesn't work and you go the route, as you know, previously mentioned, where the lecturer emails it to you or WhatsApps it to you, first get the paper and then you start the app. But also make sure that you do it within the 15 minutes of the exam starting, because else it's going to say you're too late to start the Invigilator app. So even test before the day. If you go to that My Exams .unisa.ac.za, make sure that you're able to log into that portal, because that's the official place where you have to download your exam paper.
Oh, okay. Because last time I tried to log in, and then I didn't manage to get the question paper. That's why I waited there up until they send the question paper on the WhatsApp group. So
Yeah,
I'm
so
not
that's
sure if maybe you can just make a follow-up.
So we'll take it up and find out, but that was probably a problem with the network build, network being down, and they did take a lot of steps to make it easier to access the portal so it doesn't get overloaded. Nikki?
Yeah, maybe let me assist Richard. We've got a problem with students getting papers on Telegram, WhatsApp, and so forth, and it works against students. Remember, we've got a dashboard where every student's entry or logs are stored. And if a student would have received paper outside my exams, as you are advising, let's say that student have challenges towards submission, and as a result, they are unable to submit. Each and every college has got what we call a JOC committee, whose responsibility is to assist those students with regard to exam-related challenges. And in this case, Makula, depending on the college that you are from, I see Richard did post at around 11 different email addresses for respective colleges. If you are in SEDU, you are doing education, you write to SEDU at CAMS exams at unisa.ac.z and tell them at that time that I'm struggling to get the paper, and you attach the screenshot, because half the time what we see, students go to wrong platform. And I was listening, most of students are still confusing my UNISA and my exams. Students will have logged into my exams, expect to get the paper there, which is not the case. You must go to my exams at unisa.ac.za, depending on the college that you are at, right? So then those team members will redirect you to the right platform. And where they realize that, okay, this particular student, we've been assisting him or her for the past 15, 20 minutes, they are able to negotiate on your behalf with the lecturer to say, we are trying to assist this student to get the paper. So far, he or she has, him or she has lost about 15 to 20 minutes. Can we add the time? So that is why we have got alternative link of submission.
Yes.
So that when the system closes, when my exams closes, let's say at 1 o'clock, but we know that there are about 1 or 2 students that got the paper late, then we can still negotiate on behalf of the student for that student to submit via alternative link. But before we even do that, we use the logs on my exams or the dashboard to state our case, to say, you can see this is the time at which the student logged in and accessed the paper. So if I can just appeal with the students to refrain getting papers from those social media pages, because then it will act against students. In some cases, students do appeal to your ombudsman, to this and so forth. The first thing that we do is to check on the student entry logs. And if that student did not enter, then our assumption is that that student did not log in, and probably he or she was late. He just came at that time, wanted to get extra time. And a case in point in my summary now, on Monday, we had one of our big modules from CAMS, MNG, that was writing about 1.8 students. And most of the students were struggling, because not even were struggling, they just went to my UNISA instead of my exams, and we were redirecting them. But there was this particular student who came at 9:20 and argued that ever since from 7:45, he was struggling to get a paper. And we said, give us evidence that you logged in, you could not get a paper. That student did not even have any logins because they were chatting on Telegram. And we dismissed his case that we cannot accept late submission of the script. So I'm just appealing to say, students, just write an email on time, attach your screenshot, and then those emails that were posted there are about 5 to 6 members behind those emails to assist you promptly. And when you send email on time with evidence, then it is you against the university, and it is now us to prove that why didn't we assist you on time instead of using the social media pages. That's my appeal. Thanks, colleagues.
Well, thank you, Nikki. So just write to the SEDU exams. The links are in the chat. Just to make sure that you've got the correct links to access your paper for the day.
Okay.
Can I ask one question, please, quickly before this training is adjourned? I've just got a concern. I've just remembered now. where I work, because that's when I'll be writing exams, I need a quiet space. Usually the network, it kicks us out. What happens if I'm busy writing, I've logged in on my app, and it kicks me out for a few minutes and I don't see it while I'm concentrating on the paper? And then what happens in that instance? Because usually I'm on RAIN, I'm using the RAIN network, and your RAIN usually kicks you out without any notification. And where I work, it's a struggle to get proper network. On laptop, it's fine. I'll be using the work network, but on cell phone, I'll be using my own network. Now that becomes a challenge for me, connecting the two at the same time. I will connect, but the challenge will be on being kicked out constantly.
Okay, so remember, you only need connection once you start the Invigilator with the app. So when you scan your code, you will need connection. Then you can be offline for the whole duration. And then at the end, when you have to upload, that's when you need connection again. So the
those
intermediate
pictures that you need
interactions,
to upload in between and scan and all of those things, it
they
will
are,
automatically happen even if you're offline.
so yes, all that happens at the end. So everything during that part is running on your phone alone.
Okay.
You don't even need data during that period, during the assessment. Only once you then upload again at the end that you will need data.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Hello, before you go, also I have a question. I just want to find out if I scan if I use another phone, it's not a good phone to scan the Invigilator app so that it doesn't move around or anything, because I'll be using the other phone, and then I'll use the other phone to make pictures, to take scans for my answers and upload. Is it okay, or I specifically need to use the phone with the Invigilator app to scan my answers?
Okay, so remember the Invigilator app. Say you use a phone to take photos for your Invigilator app, and another one is for My UNISA or the exams portal where you want to upload your content. The Invigilator app only runs on the one, and you use that same phone, the functionality within the app, to take photos of your script. If you use another phone to scan in your paper to upload to the exam portal, then you can do that basically, because remember, you have to upload to the exam portal and to the app, but the app is only photos you take with the app. You don't upload or send a file to the app. So in that case, you can use the two phones.
Okay, which means I can use the good, because the other phone makes nice pictures, like good quality. The one that I'm planning to use for the Invigilator app doesn't have good quality. So I can take pictures with the one that has got good quality, which I'll be using for My UNISA, and upload on My UNISA, because I can scan, email it, and then I can upload it even on a laptop, because I'm writing. I'm not going to be typing. And then once I'm done with uploading on My UNISA, my exams, then I'll use the one with the Invigilator app to scan for the Invigilator app. Is it okay?
Yes, but I would first scan for the Invigilator app and then upload to My UNISA, because the Invigilator app only gives you 15 minutes, while the UNISA exams will give you an hour after the submission date, submission time. So first do the Invigilator. Now that's the one with the bad camera. Get the Invigilator done, and then you do the good quality uploads for the exam portal.
Oh, so you don't mark the one on the Invigilator app?
No, that's they don't mark that one. That one is just for the invigilation. The one that you upload to the exam portal, that was the one that's going to be marked.
Okay, thank you.
I just quickly want to see. Let's do the last question. We really have to finish this session. So the last question will be from Peggy.
Hi, afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You can go ahead.
Okay, I've got 3 questions, but I think the last question I've answered. So the first question is, do I need to log in on the Invigilator app before I can log in onto my my exam portal so that I can download. And then the second question is, do I need to upload the answer script, which after answering the question and everything, do I need to and after turning in saving it into PD format, do I need to upload it to my exam portal first before I can take pictures so that I can upload to my Invigilator app? And then the other question is, will in a case where the question paper doesn't come with an answer sheet, will I be allowed to minimize the question paper and then open a Word document where I'll be answered in and like change pages? Will I be allowed to do that?
Okay, so remember, you first need to go to the exams portal, download your, because you might not have the QR code beforehand. So you'll download the exam paper. On the exam paper will be the QR code to start the session in the Invigilator app. So that you will do as quickly as possible. So you first go to the exam portal, download your exam paper, scan the QR code, so then you start your session. So now you're going to do, for instance, the one that's on your computer, the Word document. At the end, you first then take when the time is done, you first take the pictures of the Invigilator app, of your screen, of making sure you capture all the pages. It doesn't have to be high quality. You can even, as long as all the sections are just captured, then you upload for the Invigilator, or you start to upload for the Invigilator. While it's uploading, you start to upload for the UNISA exams portal, the My Exams portal. Peggy, does that answer your question?
Hello, it's Peggy again.
Yes, Peggy.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, so I can take the picture, the photos on my laptop for my answer sheet without converting it first to a PDF.
Yes, yeah. So you take it off your screen. You can't upload a PDF to the Invigilator app. You have to take photos of the screen.
Oh, okay. And then the question of minimizing my question paper and the document that I'll be answering, the answer form words, will I be allowed to minimize, to go that side, check the question answer? Will I be allowed to do that?
Yes, yeah, no, that you can do. That's no problem.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, everybody. So this was a long session, almost 5 hours. So thank you, everybody, for joining. We unfortunately have to end it now before 2 o'clock. So please follow the links that we posted in the chat. All the documentation is there. The recording is going to be made available on the YouTube link, the ADOVH channel. You can also Google search it. The recording will be uploaded later today, but the recording from last week is already available. So if you were unable to attend the whole session, please go and have a look. So thank you for everybody for attending. Thank you, David and Nikki, for also assisting, and Dr. Pumza that was here earlier as well. So good luck with the exams. Use the channels that we provided if you get stuck anywhere for support. And yes, so we hope everything goes very well. And definitely the concerns that you raised, we will take it up as well in future forums where we discuss. If we meet the Invigilator team again, we'll definitely raise all the problems or areas that is uncertain. Okay, so enjoy the afternoon, and I hope you enjoy the studying and get ready for the exams. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. Keep safe.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Please just see the chat. We've posted all the links, also the recording, and the new recording will be uploaded probably by